season. Scott Oshman with Luke Windsor here from French Field in Kent, Washington for WFA, Women's Football Alliance. Everett Rain there in the white. Seattle Majestics, the home team there in the blue. Quarterback Michelle Walsh has the ball right at the 49-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Now it's to Pelham, and she's stacked up. So welcome, Luke Windsor. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, good. It's actually a nice, beautiful April day here for football, and a loss on that.
With about 2, I think. Everett tried a little misdirection, faked the fullback dive one way, hand off to the tailback going to the right, but there's really no hole there in the line. Good job by the Majestic defense of stacking her up for a loss.
Looks like they're just going to back to the scrimmage, so they'll be at 2nd down and 10. Another handoff to Pelham. This time has some room, spins out of a tackle and gets near the 42-yard line. It will be 3rd and a couple.
That time just a simple off-tackle lead ISO by Everett. Pelham does a good job breaking some tackles, doesn't stop her feet on contact, and is able to get a few extra yards and make it a very manageable 3rd down situation for Everett.
On defense for the Majestics, Seattle Majestic had a great season in 2015, got in the playoffs, lost to San Diego. The Rain, a little bit of younger club here, so they had a rough one last year. They struggled. Here's the 3rd down. First time through the air, almost picked off by Arnold, and leaves them at 4th and a couple. She's not happy she missed that one.
She had a lot of green turf in front of her. She was thinking 6 points if she could have gotten both hands on that ball. As it was, the throw was kind of low. I don't know if he even would have made it to the intended receiver in the first place, but still good anticipation by Arnold to jump in that pass and knocking it down.
Head coach for the Everett Rain, Billy Russo, he's going to go for it, looks like, on 4th down. 4th and 3 on the Majestics' 42-yard line. Walsh looks back. She's got Brandy Ride, 43, as the up back, fullback. They hands out to Pelham. Guys, tackle there by big number 64. My goodness, Brown there with the tackle. Shot the gap there, Luke.
She was playing her spot at defensive tackle. Everyone else on the Majestic defense was blocked. It looked like Pelham had a lane to get the 1st down, but Brown busts through the line, making a big stop on 4th down.
So that'll turn the ball over for Seattle. Start their 2016 campaign here on downs. Glad you're with us on STSPN, our coverage of the WFA.
It's like Majestic going in a spread pistol look on offense.
File in there, running. The QB getting chased now. Gets out of one tackle and just dives, and she'll get close to the start of the line of scrimmage there.
Good pressure by Everett, but they lost contain on the outside. They're lucky that Filan ended up tripping up. Otherwise, she had some room to run and get a positive gain on 1st down. As it is, that actually will go down as a sack because she did lose a yard.
2nd and 11. Coach is telling to call her Nikki. Hands it off. Nowhere to go, but she makes something up, and she cuts the corner. Finally tackled at the 35-yard line. Kiki Williams.
Great vision there by Williams. They run a counter play to the left side, and then at the point of attack, Everett does a good job of stuffing it, but then they lost backside pursuit. Williams was able to cut it back and then get outside again for the big gain.
Williams, their star running back from last year. So 1st and 10 now on the Everett Rain 35. First pass, it's caught at the 25-yard line by number 25, Tolliver.
Nice protection this time for Seattle. Tolliver just running running a crossing route from the slot receiver position from the right side. Found a nice opening in the zone for a big gain.
Fakes the handoff. Oh, and Violence taken down there by big number 43. Randy Ride also plays fullback as well. That was a great defensive play there.
Majestic tried to run a zone read out of the pistol set, and Ride does not fooled and really filing a note. Really got it to Filan a lot sooner than Filan expected.
2nd and 16, first quarter. Filan getting pressure, finally goes down by number 92, and that's Stella Schlachter.
Schlachter got through there with almost no resistance at all from an interior defensive line spot. I don't want to say it was an Olay block, but it's pretty close because Schlachter just busted through there before Filan had a chance to set up and throw the ball.
11:32 left in the first quarter, leaves them 3rd and 16 off that first series. It bounces, but it's picked up by Williams on the right side. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and she's pushed out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th and 10.
Good job by Williams there, not panicking on the low pitch. They'll gather it and get a nice gain on 3rd down, almost back to the original line of scrimmage, and it looks like Seattle will go for it.
37-yard line of the Reign, no score here. First game of the season. This time, a little sweep, jet sweep. The corner finally gets down, and that's number 10, Julie McComas.
I think she's going to be a little short. Everett ball. Yeah, they tried to run the fly sweep there with McComas. Was able to initially get the corner, but the Everett defense does a good job of pursuing and getting to McComas before she gets to the necessary yards for the first down.
So they had a couple good series there, had a completed pass, and then they just kind of ran out of gas. Good job by the defense. Our officials today in our referee, Dean Scholl, umpire Rod Lewis, head linesman Mike Crawford, line judge James Friedel, and our back judge today, Kyle Sherrick. So 1st and 10 here from their own 18-yard line. Michelle Walsh. She hands it off Pelham one more time, and crushed there by 22, who is Takuta, she's fantastic. She was a big part of their defense last year.
She did a great job from that interior defensive line and that defensive tackle spot, really creating a lot of havoc. And even though she only gets credit for a partial tackle, she really made that play.
Leaves them now at 2nd and 13, 10:42 left in the first quarter. Talking to the coaches, Luke and I, before for the Everett Reign, want to be a little bit more of a run-pass balanced offense as they hand the ball. This time, Ride gets it and takes a pile of Majestics to get her down. I'm not sure she made too much progress.
Maybe half a yard there. Good job by the Majestic defense as a whole. A big back wants to go straight, up the field, and they really got Ride to go laterally. And big backs, when they go laterally, they can't really get that head of steam to going forward. So good job again by the Majestic defense and just team pursuit.
Always a battle in the trenches, Luke, and this first game of the season coming back. I'm sure a lot of excitement, jitters, and
there's obviously nerves. There's a different energy with a season opener as opposed to most any other game, and there's just the nerves of not knowing exactly what the other team is going to do, what new things that they've added to their offense and defense.
3rd and 12 now for the Everett Reign. Fakes the pass, rolls out to the near side, now flips it just in and out of the hands of number 86, Ramirez Shy, or that was number 85, excuse me, that's Holland. Shania Holland, talking to the coaches, she was a little bit banged up coming into today's game, but they expect big things. She was important for them last year. 4th and 12 on their own 16.
I would expect them to punt with this type of field position. It looks like they are. That last play, Everett runs a waggle. They fake the lead to the left, roll the quarterback to the right. The receiver had, if the pass had been on target, the receiver did have some room to run, get up the field, might have gotten the first down. As is, it's now 4th down, and they are going to punt.
Ashley Johnson, number 28, back to receive, and also Mikhail Fortson. But there is a timeout on the field. So just getting going here. STSPN is going to cover all the Everett Rain games, all the home games. I think we have a couple away games. But we want to thank all of our sponsors: Big O Tires, Craving Cajun Grill, Everett Physical Therapy, Honda of Marysville, PullTabs.com, Wow Distributing. Also a huge thank you to Seattle Majestics for allowing us to broadcast this game for the Everett Rain on STSPN.com. The Women's Football Alliance here. Everett taking the timeout. I don't know, you think, Luke, they were discussing whether they wanted to do a trick play here?
No, this early in the game, this type of field position, no. I think it was, there may have been a personnel issue. Maybe they weren't lined up right or just didn't have the right players on the field that they wanted.
And the punt is still on the ground, and finally a Majestic touches it.
That was a dangerous play by the
Majestic
punt return, because you'd hear their coaching staff yelling, "Get away, get away," which is the smart thing to do when a punt is rolling around on the ground. You don't want anyone on the receiving team actually anywhere near the ball. So that was a bit of a gamble there by the Majestic just to save it, probably just a few yards.
So the Majestic will be set up here very nicely. 1st and 10 on the Everett Rain 32-yard line. Try one more time. Had a decent drive going. This time they hand off to Williams, and she's crushed right up after just a couple.
There was a hole there initially, but they closed pretty quickly thanks to, in large part, to Ride from her, again, for playing that interior defensive line position. Does a great job of closing that hole and wrapping up for the tackle. And Williams is limping off the field a little bit.
That's not good for Majestic fans. 2nd and 9. Violin takes it, rolls out, now dumps it down to 28. Ashley Johnson.
Well, that's a low snap there. Violin did just fielding. She probably didn't know she'd have to play shortstop today.
Yeah.
But then, the low when you're in these shotgun pistol offenses, a low snap like that can really just screw up the whole timing of a play. So she just did the smart thing, dump it off to the running back, get what they could.
Nice job by the Rain to stretch that one out. Now as Johnson gets the ball running back, she cuts up to right. She's going to get a first down and more if she stays in. They're going to say she stepped out at the 16-yard line, but Johnson there coming in for Williams and doing a nice job with a first down for the Majestics.
Really have to give a lot of credit to Jessica Brown that from her guard spot, pulling around and leading the way. It looked like a trap play up the middle, catching the Rain by surprise there, able to spring Johnson for a big gain.
1st and 10 now. Byland and over her head. And Johnson picks it up wisely, and she's taken down. Really nice tackle there by number 2, Kayla Rob Cornist.
Big tackle there by Rob Cornist. Again, another bad snap, this time high. So the center's gone low, now she's gone high. She needs to just find somewhere in the middle there. Johnson, shows some composure, picks up the snap, but just couldn't break that last tackle.
Second. They're going to say 17 yards to go. Here's Filan over there. It's complete, and she gets into the touchdown, Majestics. Caskey with the catch there. Touchdown, Seattle Majestics for the first time here in 2016.
Nice throw by Filan. Found there wasn't a huge opening in that zone defense by the Rain. Filan really just zipped it in there. for the catch, and then the receiver does the rest, breaking some tackles, getting into the end zone for the touchdown.
Castor there to try for the extra point. Hold is down, it's up, and it is good. So with 7:16 left to go here in the first quarter, it's the Seattle Majestics 7, the Everett Rain nothing. We'll step away just quickly here. Audio, you're watching the WFA on STSPN. Windsor here with you here in beautiful Kent, Washington. Here's the kickoff by Castor. Taken short, nice run back by number 6. That was number 6, not sure. Is that 9?
I think it's 6.
Okay. Obviously, the beginning of the season, a lot of the rosters having fun here. That is number 6, Altamimi.
Who did a good job just getting what she could on that pooch kick. Oftentimes, the up backs will fair catch that, but she realized she had some room to run, able to get her team a few extra yards.
1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Michelle Walsh, the quarterback. Wild to her right. Rolling out, Walsh getting pursuit. Now she lets it go, trying to go for Holland one more time. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Well covered there by the Majestic defense. There's just a flood pass to the right on a rollout, designed rollout by the Everett QB. No one was open. She tried to hit her receiver, the intermediate receiver down the field, who had actually stopped running. So just really almost of a throwaway for Everett there.
2nd and 10, still on their own 44-yard line.
And right now, Everett, they've had one good offensive play. Everything else has been negative. So they just really need to find something that can work on offense just to move the ball and keep their defense off the field for a while.
Walsh in the shotgun. Now she's got to elude it. Majestic, and she's not going to get out of the arms of 22. Oh, my, again, she is just phenomenal. Case Tsukata in there.
Walsh did a good job initially avoiding the first rusher, but she couldn't avoid Tsukata, and she fumbled the ball. Thankfully, one of her linemen was right there in the right place at the right time to recover it. Otherwise, that could have been a disastrous turn of events for Everett.
3rd and 10, Everett trying to figure something out, get some pressure or get some protection there for Walsh so she can get the ball out. But the Majestic doing a good job. 7-0, 6:55 left in the first quarter here from French Field in Kent, Washington. Now they go under center. 3rd and 10 from their own 44. This time, Pelham. Did she get the corner? No. Big pursuit there by the Majestic. And Carocious there, 57, along with Macoma. Too much there, Luke.
Well, it looks like Everett tried to run an outside zone to the right side, and the Majestic defensive line does a great job of stuffing that and not allowing the offensive line for Everett to get off to the second level to the linebackers. Gave Carocious free rein to go find Pelham for the tackle.
So it'll bring up 4th down. And to punt for the Reign. Their second of the day is Carr. And take it there at about the number 88. Gets up to the 45. Now still on her feet. Going the wrong way, though, is Fortson.
I admire the not giving up, the keeping her feet moving, but sometimes you can't get too greedy. I think that's what happened there. She, instead of just taking what she could get, she wanted to get something bigger, and then it resulting in losing yards.
Yeah, she started around the 35. She got it up to around about 10 yards, then she went the wrong way.
Don't get greedy, kids.
So it's coming off. We'll see Filan, see what she can do. Nikki, she coming off a 16-yard pass play to Caskey. 1st and 10 from their 35. Time looks like Williams is back in. Finally goes north-south, still on her feet. Nice 5-yard gain there for Williams.
On a play that really could have been a tackle for loss there for Everett, but their defense looked like they just took some bad pursuit angles and allowed the running back to get outside of them and get upfield for a 5-yard gain.
Now the Everett Reign defense here needs to get a stop, get their offense back out on the field. 2nd and 5 here. Handoff again, Williams, big hole. 1st down and more, right to the mid-stripe, inside Reign territory.
Nice design play there for Seattle. That they faked the fly sweep that forces the perimeter defenders on going that way to stay honest and honor that fly sweep, not allow them to collapse on the inside run, which allowed for a nice hole for Williams to get through.
1st and 10, now into Reign territory, the 49. Shotgun for Filan. Steps back, thinks about it. Now she's got pressure, and she tries to get rid of it as she goes down. Lehman.
They're going to say that she was in the grasp and down, so that will not be an incomplete pass.
So a big tackle there for the Reign. And Naomi Retta, and also Lehman, Leanne there.
Yeah, good job by Lehman. She was really the first one there to put pressure on Filan. And I think she looked like she almost hesitated a little bit because she didn't know what Filan was going to do, but she just decided to go for it and was able to get a sack for a big loss.
2nd and a mile, 24. They give it to Williams. Makes up a lot of it. Finally taken down near the 50 one more time where they started.
Big hole up the middle for Williams. Great. You have to get credit to the offensive line for the Majestics. They've been blown up. Their pass blocking hasn't always been the best today, but their run blocking has been fantastic, opening up some big holes for their running backs.
Cornish there for the Reign to help take her down. Rookie this year. 3rd and 12, very manageable here for Filan. Williams in the backfield. Hangs the block. Doesn't see 87 coming.
Fumble.
Ball's down.
No, they're going to call it. Look at the referee. The white hat said it's incomplete pass. The Everett bench thought it was a fumble, and so did their defense. But looks like the referee was ruling on an incomplete pass. But again, the good pass rush, but for Everett, forcing that incompletion.
Retta, a 3-year veteran, she came in just like the other one, and she got to Filan there in a hurry. And it brings up 4th down. 4th and 12 here for the Majestic.
Well, this shows you the confidence they have in their defense, and that Everett has not been able to move the ball at all.
Filan goes over. It's complete to Makoma, getting to the 30, and she gets a Majestic 1st down. What a huge completion there for McComas.
Nice pitch and catch there from Filan and McComas, but the Everett corners, yeah, it's 4th and long, so they're playing back. They don't want to give up the deep pass, but even there, they look like they played a little too soft, allowing a lot of room for McComas to not only catch the ball and turn and run. And maybe a little more aggression from the Everett DBs would have helped there.
Julia McComas, she's from Kent. Here's Johnson, gets the ball, and she has a nice run. She'll get another 1st down depending on where they mark it here. It will.
Again, the pass protection for Seattle's been suspect, but you can't say that about their run blocking at all. It doesn't matter who their running back is. They are opening up some big holes in the middle of that Everett defense.
Another timeout here by the Everett Rain as they're looking at 1st and 10. Majestics here driving once again.
That's already their second timeout, and we're not even out of the first quarter. I could just see some of the Everett defenders. They were looking tired already. That's one of the benefits of a no-huddle offense is you can wear a defense out. And I think the Everett coaching staff recognized that and wanted to just call timeout, stop some of the momentum that Seattle has, and give their defense just a breather and just a chance to reset themselves.
Yeah, they're not as deep right now as the Majestic are. There's no doubt. You can even see kind of on the bottom of your screen the depth there as you kind of look over here. French Field at Kent.
Well, you can just tell just the numbers of players on each sideline. And I noticed a few players on the Everett roster who I see on the roster, but they're not here. And they also have several players on injured reserve. So depth will definitely be a factor as this game wears on.
WFA football on STSPN is brought to you by Big O Tires, Craving Cajun Grill, Everett Physical Therapy, Honda of Marysville, PullTabs.com, Wow Distributing, and a big thank you to the Seattle Majestic allowing us to broadcast this game for the Everett Rain. Here we go, 1st and 10 on the Rain 18. Filing goes out. It's complete at the 10. Couple steps inside the 5 to the 4. Great play there. Mackenzie Tolliver with the catch, another local Kent product.
Tolliver was wide open out in the flat there, just running a little out route from the slot receiver position. And Everett, whether it was a linebacker or DB, had no one out there. So easy decision by Filing to get the ball to Tolliver and let her run with it.
Second season for Tolliver as they're on the 4-yard line. Filing back to pass again, looks, nobody there, has tons of room now, finally gets it over, it's caught, touchdown for Castor. Melissa Castor with a 4-yard completion. Nice
throw again by Filing. That nice little touch pass, get it over the defender and into Castor's hands, who made a nice catch in the end zone. She had a step on her defender, and that's all you need a lot of times.
Melissa Castor from Snohomish, went to Pacific Lutheran University. And down for the extra point. It's no good. Castor also having those duties as well. So, 2:38 in the first. Tell you, the Everett Rain defense had them pinned back there, not in their zone, but they had them third and very, very long. And
they've had some long yardage situations. They just haven't been able to get off the field. But now a lot of the onus is going to be down on the Everett offense. They got to move the ball, give their defense a rest. And I do notice that Everett has some two-way players. The coaching staff might, and with their lack of depth, that really just hinders them in what they can do as far as getting those players rest and try to keep them as fresh as possible. But really now the Everett offense has to, even if they don't score this series, they got to get some first downs.
Yeah.
And they got to be able to flip field position and, at the very minimum, next time Seattle gets the ball, force them to drive a long field.
That's something I know is the latter part of the year last year. They started getting their offense, started getting better. As you see Castor here kicking off to the Rain as the sun kind of dips in on a Saturday night. Onside kick. It's recovered by the Rain at the Majestic 45-yard line. And that's Lindsey Rogers there from Bellingham, Washington, who recovered it.
Well, that could be a couple things. A, Seattle's going for the jugular right now. And B, the way their defense is played, they don't fear giving Everett the ball in their territory because they know they can get a stop.
Up 13-0 here, 2:37 left. Second time here, the Rain have had decent field position. They're going to start at the Majestic 45-yard line. Michelle Walsh, the quarterback, under center. Now they get it. Pelham Left side has a little room, gets a nice 4 or 5 yards on first down.
It's a good positive gain for Everett on first down. Running Pelham with a zone lead to the left side. And I think their previous best offensive play was a play similar to that. If that's what's working, just keep running it until Seattle can find a way to stop it.
Majestics number 84, Lorraine, she a little hobbled getting up. We'll watch that. But that's going to leave a second down and 6 yards to go. And now we've got a timeout, and that could be an injury timeout. As, Lorraine is still just on her knee, and she's going to need to be subbed out. Not quite like October football where, the weather, it's warm here. It's kind of the beginning of
It doesn't feel,
fall.
I think we talked about this here before, it doesn't feel quite like football weather.
You're right. I like it, though. I get used to it. It's like spring training weather.
Well, I mean, in September, early September, those games, you do get weather like this. So I'll
I love it. It's football. That's all it is. Just under 2 minutes to go the first quarter here. 2nd and 6. This is big for Lorraine. Walsh back to pass. Has time. Goes over just a little underthrown to Pelham. And I'll bring up 3rd and 6.
And on that play, there wasn't much pressure on Walsh, but I think earlier passing plays where she's had pressure has affected her because she did not look comfortable back there at all. Her feet weren't set, and that's what caused the low throw.
Michelle Walsh, the third-year player, second-team All-American at the QB position. So Michelle Walsh put up some good numbers. Big 3rd and 6 here. The pitch to Pelham. Can she outrun the corner? She cannot.
There's a flag on the play, though. I couldn't tell who it was, but the Seattle defender who just got a hand over it. It was just enough to trip Pelham up. But if Pelham had been able to keep her balance, she might have had a chance to get around the corner.
It's a hold. As you see the call from Dean Scholl on the rain. It was 3rd and 6.
And I think they're going to they're going to, even though if they decline the penalty, it's 4th down, but I think it looks like they're going to take it. Again, total confidence in the defense, the way they're playing, and get them, set themselves up with 10 better yards field position. At least it looks like I saw Seattle coach motion to back them up. That's what they're going to do.
There they go. Majestics so far having some good drives. You see that. Now they'll set up 3rd and 16, right?
Yeah.
A little bit more work here.
Not a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 16, no matter what level of football we're talking about.
Not a lot. Ride to her left. Walsh back. Gets time over the middle, and it's almost intercepted there by Belle Robinson. That's the second time they've almost had a pick.
And it would have been almost the second time they had a pick six. I think that time Belle Robinson, she looked in front of her first to see, I got no one in front of me, instead of just looking the ball in. Otherwise, she might still be running.
4th and 16 now, kind of 4-down territory here for the Everett Rain. We saw some long yardage for the Majestics on their last series, and they were able to convert some big yardage first downs. It's 4th and 16. On their 49-yard line. Here's the snap rolling to the far side. Walsh steps into it. Now she gets a good throw, trying to go to 87, and it is intercepted now this time by Tolliver, and she had plenty of them last year.
Nice job by Tolliver coming up from her safety spot to make that pick. And Everett did have a receiver in the air, and I think she got a little confused as far as she was looking at, I think, where the sticks were instead of just running her route. And if she just runs her route, that might be a different outcome there for Everett.
Going for Holland, Shania Holland, the big tight end. So the first turnover here in this ball game is time winding down in the first quarter. And the Majestics will get one more try. Last two series, they have gotten it in the end zone. Phylum now, 1st and 10, their own 33. Right up the gut there, it's Johnson.
It's actually one of the best jobs the Everett defensive line has done this game, stuffing the run, because up until that play, they've really been getting blown out off the line of scrimmage, because the Seattle O-line has been a great job of creating big holes.
One of the first series, Williams kind of looked like she was hobbled a bit, so Ashley Johnson came in. So they platooned it, doing very, very nice. 2nd and 8. Filing back. Now she sees she's going to go out. Kasky. She's got plenty of green, makes a nice cut up. Gets out of that tackle, still going to the 25-20. All the way, Kasky. Oh, my.
Oh, they're saying she stepped out of bounds just inside the 5.
My goodness. Would have been a 65-yarder.
Couple things on that play. Again, on that side of the defense, Everett had a hard time covering the flat because, again, Kasky was wide open, no one near her. And then once she gets the ball, the Everett defense just not doing a good job of tackling. And I don't know how much they tackle in practice, but they got to maybe spend a little more time on that.
Back at the 1st and goal from the 4. This time Phylum takes it herself. Can't get to the edge. Taken down there nicely by the rain.
Looked like just a design QB keep there for Phylum. It really wasn't much of a fake if at all to the running back. She just took the snap and put her head down and went for it and tried to score.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. They'll come back with 2nd and goal from just the 1 or 2 yard line. And we'll take a quick break in the action here. You're watching WFA football in the Everett rain on STSPN. In Kent, Washington, Scott Oshman with Luke Windsor here. And today's WFA football brought to you by Big O Tires. And we'll get to more of our great sponsors here, but 2nd and goal, Phylum, and it's touchdown. Kasky, they give her because she had the huge catch and run, so she gets in for the touchdown. There's some words afterwards. I don't think she appreciated the little
shove she got.
Yeah.
After she scored. Everett defense is way too soft there. It's 2nd and goal from the 2, and you have defenders 3, 4, 5 yards deep in the end zone, and it was real easy for really any Seattle receiver to just get across the goal line, turn around, and catch the ball.
Caster on for the extra point. High snap. Gets it up, and it is good. So Caskey with her second touchdown reception. She had the first one to open the 2016 campaign, a 16-yard completion from Phylan, and then she caps it off with a huge 60-plus yard run. And you know, after the quarter break, they went in the huddle and said, we got to give it to her.
She got us down here. Let her finish it off.
Let her get the glory.
Which I have no problem with that ever, whether it's a long catch and run like that for a receiver or a running back busting a long run coming up just short. But the important thing now for Everett is they struggled last year against Seattle, and now we're seeing more of the same again. And it's very easy sometimes for teams to have this, oh, no, here we go again attitude. And so it's up to the leadership on this team and the coaches to try to prevent that mindset from settling in and still compete.
Vanessa Caskey, I tell you, third season, 2014 All-American, just a great athlete. This is picked up now at the 22-yard line, and taken down quickly there was Keena Hopkins.
Hopkins, a little surprised that the ball, I think, got back to her because all the previous kickoffs have been short. I think that's why she bobbled it. She was able to pick it up and avert disaster, because if she doesn't get a hold of that ball, it's still bouncing around. It's a live ball. Seattle jumps on it, and they got the ball again.
Keena, one of the promising rookies here, wide receiver, defensive back. Also can play some QB, but
welcome to football.
welcome to pro football here for the Everett Rain. 1st and 10 from their own 25. 14:49 left to go here in the second quarter. 40-second clock in the WFA. As Michelle Walsh trying to get something going. They need a spark. They go with the slant. It's caught up to the 35. Now it's fumbled. They're going to call it down.
Nice play on first down for Everett. They went with a little wide receiver slip screen there, and it almost got stopped before it got started because of some tight man coverage by Seattle, but the receiver was able to break free of that and get upfield and is able to convert for a first down.
Speaking of rookie, that's Altamimi. She's a rookie coming in, again, very promising.
A lot of rookies that are expected to play big roles for Everett this year. And with that, there'll be some moments where they'll flash and you're like, hey, this is what we're talking about. Then there'll be some moments where you shake your head and go, what were they thinking?
Absolutely, but that's a big first down just for confidence. We were talking
confidence,
earlier.
And it's at least 3 more plays where the defense can be off the field.
Walsh back. Goes over this one just short. She had to get rid of it. It's incomplete, and they'll try one more time.
She had pressure in her face there from like number 75. Of course, in the program here, they don't have a 75, so it may have been 76, Rebecca Samuelson.
Samuelson, yeah.
She got through the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Really, Walsh wasn't able to set her feet and throw, and that's why that ball fell way short.
Trying to get Shania involved here. Shania Holland, she's second year. She was a first-team All-American. Sitting at 2nd and 10 now. In motion, Pelham. They give it up. Rod goes, keeps him chugging. Good job there by Ride.
She kept her feet moving on contact. Able to drag a few defenders for some extra yardage. Great job there. Would like to see her get her pad level a little lower. She runs very upright. Like to see her get the pad level, run behind the pads more. And then you think she's a tough to tackle now. Get the pads down low. She'll be scary.
Leaves him 3rd and a long 3 yards here. Again, they got a first down in the second quarter. 20-0. Majestic on top. Now they're kind of looking into the sun. Under center is Walsh. They go back, fake it. Play action. Throws it up high, and that one is, almost picked off by Caskey again, who's had a tremendous start to her 2016 season.
And credit Rebecca Samuelson. She got in Walsh's face and caused that ball to be well underthrown because everything else was blocked up front for Everett, but Samuelson, again, got through, forces a short pass, and then that's the third missed opportunity that Seattle's had for an interception and a big return. That'll get some flack in the film room.
Oh, there's no doubt. You want to be in the back, ready to leave. They're going to give her a hard time.
You just want to, if you have a hoodie or a hat on, you want to bring that low over your face. And
4th and 3. Their own 43-yard line. Goes from the shotgun, empty backfield. Pelham in motion. They hand it to Pelham, and right there to take him down is Big Edlin. Edlin, boy, nobody there. Pelham had nowhere to go.
When you run a fly sweep, you definitely want to block the defensive end on the side that you're running it to. That time Everett did not, and Alicia Edlin was able to take advantage, getting a big tackle for a loss on a 4th down.
Had a first down on that series for Everett Rain. They had a 3rd and 3, incomplete pass, lucky to have the ball, and they couldn't convert on that 4th and 3. It'll turn it back over to the Majestic, and they have great field position.
And if ever a time Everett needed to stop, this is it, because they do. This game's already starting to. It's already a 3-score game. They don't want this to get out of reach now.
Scott McCarron, the head coach for the Seattle Majestic, in motion. And they give it to her. Fortune on the left side. Weaves through, still in bounds on her feet. Finally swung out of bounds by Britt Burns. But Fortune, nice piece of running there.
Nice gain on first down, about 5 yards. That's always a good first down play. Someone on the fly sweep. Burns was able to just grab a hold and not let go. But again, Fortune came very close again to breaking that tackle. The tackling for Everett has not been very good today. That's given a lot of extra yardage to Seattle.
They got to get lower and wrap them up. 2nd and 10. And there's whistles going and hankies flying, all kinds of stuff.
Probably a procedure or false start penalty on Seattle. I'll see if my penalty predicting skills are rusty or not. Hey, I was right.
You were spot on, Luke. Dean Schull, our referee today. 12:38 left in the second quarter. Saturday night football, 2nd and 10 at the Rain 34-yard line.
And again, the Rain have Seattle in a long yard situation on a 2nd or 3rd down. Can they take advantage of it and get a stop?
Filan thinks about it, goes over top. Boy, that pass had some smoke on it. Trying to go for number 83, Michelle Gibson. Incomplete.
And one of the cardinal rules of playing quarterback, never throw it high over the middle. She did that. She got away with it. Thankfully, there wasn't a free safety there lurking behind it, or that could have been an interception. And also, when you throw high over the middle, you expose your receivers to big shots. Who, again, thankfully for the receiver, she didn't get her ribs cracked on that play.
Right.
But that's just something that quarterbacks don't want to do.
3rd and 10 now for the Majestic. And here comes Williams, left side. Now she's got to get creative, and she runs right into the Seattle Rain, number 43, and she finally ran out of real estate there and was taken down. Nice job there by Ride.
I'll give Williams credit. She doesn't give up on the play, but again, she got a little greedy. She had what would have been a 3 or 4 yard gain. Potentially gives them the chance to go for it on 4th down. She goes backwards trying to get more. Takes a 3 yard loss, and now it's a much tougher decision for the Seattle coaching staff. Do they want to go for it? Or do they want to punt?
4th and 13. Seattle takes a timeout. We will too. You're watching WFA Everett Rain football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network, STSPN. here, live here at Kent French Field for WFA. Back to pass, gets a good block from Williams. Pursuit, now she lets it go. Tips, it's intercepted!
And we have a flag. 2 flags were thrown.
And that's Cornish, the rookie, and she got just kind of head chopped there as she went down.
And the flag is against Seattle, so I would expect that Everett will decline this and take the ball at their own 37-yard line. That's exactly what they're going to do.
So Cornish, she's fired up from Everett there. That was a great job. 4th down, defense held them, got a turnover.
Good pressure by the defensive line. Is able to force a bad throw. The defenders in coverage able to take advantage of it, get the interception, and just psychologically, okay, we can stop them now. Now it's just a matter of can the offense move the ball and put some points on the board.
Both teams with 1 turnover now, an interception.
Both interceptions on 4th down, actually.
Yeah, they were. Still plenty of time. 1st and 10 now at their own 37. Michelle Walsh leading the charge. She fakes the handoff now, eludes 1 tackler. Good stiff arm, but too many blue jerseys as Walsh goes down, and she got popped there at the end. She needs just a couple more minutes.
She is definitely slow getting up. They're calling for the trainers now. She ran the zone read, and really I think she should have given it to Ride because the defender that she's supposed to be reading came towards her, and that's a give read for the quarterback. So mistake on her part, and then she's really paying for it now with it having gotten shaken up.
Well, we'll tell you, the Everett Rain, they have a bye next week. As she gets up, looks like hopefully she's okay. But then on April 16th, they have a game at South Oregon. And then the next game you're going to see here on STSPN is April 30th against the Portland Shockwave. That'll be a home game for Everett.
At the friendly confines of Everett Memorial Stadium.
Yes, indeedy. 2nd and 12 from their 35 for the Everett Rain. And giving her a breather there. Hopkins, the rookie we were just talking about, had a nice run. She's going to be the QB. She hands it off to Pelham. Pelham drives up, gets a little bit back to the original line of scrimmage here. He'll set up 3rd and 10.
It's a nice run by Pelham. At the point of attack, it was stuffed, and she would have been tackled for a loss. She's able to see a cutback lane to her left, able to get upfield and gain some positive yardage. Still sets up a 3rd and 10, and with a backup quarterback who didn't look comfortable just taking that step and handing it off, I wouldn't expect much on this play from Everett.
And here comes Walsh back in to lead the charge. 3rd and 10. They had a 1st down on the previous series.
Well, even with Walsh back in after having just gotten shaken up, I wouldn't expect something where she's going to be, holding the ball too long. I'd expect if it is a pass for her to get rid of it quick.
Need Nikki Pelham here to break one. Either that or Ride to
maybe take
some Majestics on a ride.
Maybe a screen pass to Pelham.
Holland on the right side. They pitch it to Pelham. See if Ride can get a block. She cuts up. Just too many Majestic pursuing.
She misread the block there from Ride. Ride had her defender sealed, and Pelham had a lane to the outside, but Pelham went inside the block and ran right into the defender. So that was a bad run by Pelham.
Always leaves it, they tell you they don't want you going north and south, right? They want that cut up, but in that instance, to your point.
You want to run off the backside of your block.
Right.
And Ride had her defender blocked towards the pinned inside. She hooked her,
right,
which is what you want. And then Pelham just negated that block by running into the defender.
Well, the Majestic, they turned it over, but they're going to get it back. Carr in to punt for the Rain. Carr gets away a nice one back there, and it's Johnson. Bobbles it now. Ride there to look to see if she can cause some problems, and Ride.
Wrap up.
And here's Johnson still on her feet. Carr, the punter, has to come all the way to the 25, and that's where they'll get the ball as Pelham joins her.
And an Everett player looks like is down towards the far hash on around the 20.
And Billy Russo, the head coach in the gray there, walking out to attend to his player.
Okay.
We'd like to thank Billy for reaching out to STSPN and giving us opportunity here to broadcast Everett Rain WFA football, Women's Football Alliance. Trying to get, I can't really see that number.
Well, she's sitting up, so that's a good sign.
Sun kind of coming down, she's up. And that's Al Tamimi, and she had a nice little run earlier, so hope she's okay.
One of the rookies that they're really high on. But again, with the lack of depth that Everett has today, any one injury is a big deal.
Well, you talked about on that last kick return there, Ride had her, Brandy had her in a grasp, but again, you got to, Ride's playing both ways. She's getting the ball. There's got to be fatigue. It's the first game of the season.
There's fatigue, and one of the areas where fatigue definitely will show up is in tackling.
Wyland gets it off now to Williams, and Williams taken down around the 25 as the whistle's blowing and there's words being spoken there.
Getting a little chippy.
And that was Brandy Ride on the tackle.
Who she's played hard despite what the score is. Ride has played hard, playing two very physically demanding positions at fullback and defensive line, and she's really been the one player that's on that defensive line that Seattle's had a hard time blocking.
No gain there, 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The Majestic stopped last time in the interception. Phylum finds a wide open on the side, down the sideline, far sideline, cuts in. Here she goes. Belle Robinson with a huge run all the way down to the 40-yard line of the Rain.
Again, no one out covering that the flat on that side of the field, and Seattle takes advantage. Really just, it's a simple concept. Outside receivers running slants, inside receivers are running bubbles, and no one's covering the bubble on that side. Easy pitch and catch for Seattle.
8:01 left. It's time they get the carry on the left side. It'll get 8 or 9, almost up to a first down once again, and it's Williams starting to get going.
They ran a counter to Williams that time around the left side. And again, with the no-huddle offense, you start to get a couple first downs. You can fatigue the defense, and now plays that might have gone for 1 or 2 yards are going for 8 or 9 just because of the defense isn't getting set. They're tired. They're fatigued. They may not know what the defensive call is. A lot of factors are in play there.
2nd and a yard. Fumble, ball down. They just have to drop on it. They'll lose a yard or so. It'll bring up 3rd and short as Williams gets down on it.
A little mishandling of the handoff there between Phylum and Williams. Looked like Williams may have even had the wrong arm up to take that handoff. Caused a fumble. Phylum just a good job getting on it before an Everett defender can pounce on it first.
3rd and 3. As they look over and look down on their wristbands. 6:48 left to go in the first half. Phylum rolls to the near side. She has Williams. She dumps it down. Gets some hands on her, and the Rain finally get her at the 30-yard line.
I think she might have just gotten enough for a first down. It's close.
Good pursuit by Lindsey Rogers there, another rookie O-line, D-line, as you see it on the replay there. And they're going to say 4th down and inches.
If I'm Seattle coach, I might even just ask for a measurement just to make sure.
Doesn't look like Scott McCarron is going to make that request, Luke, but I agree, it would be worthy. The shotgun, poor snap. Phylum has to get it. Now she's in trouble, and Cooper's there, and Schlachter there, and they're going to call her down back at the 40. It'll be Everett Rain football. Big defensive series there as you take one more look at it.
Low snap. The one thing that's caused Seattle some issues on offense today, as one of the few things that caused them, is some bad snaps. These shotgun snaps, some have been low, a couple have been high. And while they'll go down as a stop for Everett, it's really more a case of Seattle just shooting themselves in the foot and being their own worst enemy.
So Everett Rain here, I mean, they have held them off. It looked like Majestics had figured a couple things out, and they could have rolled it.
If they could just get a score before halftime,
it'd be huge.
They'd be right in, but their offense just has really, aside from a couple plays, has shown an inability to move the ball. A touchdown here really gives them all the momentum in the world going into halftime.
From their own 38, 1st and 10. Walsh back in the ball game. She's banged up. Now she's going deep down the sideline. Bounces still ground for Holland. It's like a pinball, Luke. Bounced off a couple Majestics and finally fell to the ground incomplete.
And I think there was some confusion there between the two Everett receivers because there was two of them very close to each other in the area. So I don't know if they knew who the ball was being thrown to. Did one of them run a wrong route? So better spacing from the receiver. It looked like they used a double post concept, which is fun. It's a great concept to run, but you got to get better spacing between the two receivers because when they're that close together, it's going to bring a whole bunch of more defenders into the area.
Yeah, Holland in 17, you saw on the replay there, Hopkins, the rookie, might have not taken the right angle. 2nd and 10 from their own 38. Michelle Walsh there, ride to her right, and she gets it right up the middle. Starts to drive, and she lunges forward across the 40 to the 39. Bring up 3rd and 8.
Again, a decent hole for a ride, but she runs so upright. I'd love to see her actually get her lower shoulders, get behind the pads. That'd get her at least 1 or 2 extra yards on every carry just by running with her pad level low.
Number 86 on the offensive line, Ramirez Shy there. The offensive lineman for the Rain. 3rd down and 8, 5:04 left to go in the first half. 20-0, Majestics on top. Now we'll go under center for Michelle Walsh. It's to Pelham. Pelham trying to make a move. Good pursuit once again. That right side just plugged up each time they try and go there.
It looked like it was Carocious from the defensive line for Seattle getting through making the tackle. They tried to run just a off-tackle zone lead there for Pelham, but Carocious and the rest of the Seattle defense not fooled and was able to control the line of scrimmage and get a stop for no gain, maybe even a bit of a loss.
So 4th and 9, they'll bring Carr back out to punt. And back to receive for Seattle is Johnson and Fortson. Fortson had that big run. Johnson tries to go for it. I don't know if she touched it.
Did she touch it?
There's a scrum on the far side, far corner. The official's right there. And it's going to stay Seattle ball is the officials calls a Majestics ball.
That's a couple times now we've seen her live a little dangerously returning punts. You want someone back there. Not only will they be dangerous with the ball, but you also want someone who's got good judgment and smarts and will try to catch everything, but also knows when to let something go.
I want to make it a little more interesting, but put some thrill into it.
When you're a coach, and I've been a special teams coordinator at that. No, I'll pass.
Yeah, and special teams coach for the Seattle Majestics, Cindy Bolts Houghton. I bet she's going to have a
Chat.
nice instruction, a little teaching moment. 1st and 10, though, for Filan and the Majestics. They take it. And this is Johnson, hole right up the middle. And she'll get a first down and into rain territory there at the 46-yard line, taken down by Amelia Carr.
And again, the design of that play is really important there. That just the fake of that fly sweep keeps the outside linebacker and corners on that side, keeps them outside because they have to honor the fly sweep action, and allows a big hole to open up the middle.
Some troubled snaps, but their center Moss there and the left guard Brown. Here's the back to pass, flips it back out over to Johnson. She's got room, and she'll get another Majestic first down before a pile of Everett Rain players get her to the ground.
And it doesn't matter if it's a wide receiver or a running back. Seattle, whenever they want to throw out into the flat on that side of the field, they are having a bunch of success tonight. That's something that the Everett coaching staff really needs to they need to figure out who the flat defender is and tell them to stay in the flat because we're getting killed out there.
Spread it out now, 1st and 10. Give it back up to Johnson. She'll reach about a 5-yard gain.
They ran a counter that time to the left side. We'd like to see Johnson actually be a little more patient, let the blocks develop a little bit more. I think she ran past them before they really had a chance to do their job.
2nd and 5 here. On the Rain 30-yard line. Shotgun, Phylum looking back. No one again on that far side. She pitches it out to Johnson. Johnson puts a nice move there on Thomas.
But Thomas didn't bite.
No.
Much better job defending the flat on that side of the field by Everett. It'll set up a 3rd and a long 5, maybe 6.
I think it's 3rd and 6 here. The board catching up. There you go. Clock winding down here in the first half. 2:25 from the 31-yard line.
We talked about how big a score for Everett would be going into halftime. How big of a score would be for Seattle to go up 4 going into halftime. That could really define.
Phylum goes over, in and out of the hands. Well, the first try there was number 87, Belle Robinson. She couldn't quite get it, but it had a shot maybe for the second receiver who got knocked down.
She got her hands on it, but again, the throw was a little high, and it caused her to take a hit, and that's what caused the bobble. But again, your receiver, if you get your hands on it, you feel like you should catch it.
McCray behind her for Seattle brings up now 4th down and 6. Another 4th down opportunity here for the Rain. Phylum goes back. It's caught by Fortson, and it's enough for a Majestic first down at the 22-yard line.
A nice slant route there by Fortson. Good throw by Phylum. He was able to get in front of the safety and make the catch. And not a whole lot that Everett could have done on that play. Well, not a whole lot they legally could have done on that play.
The Everett defenders just trying not to let anybody behind them there. A little soft cushion. So 1st and 10, 1:54 left to go in this first half. Phylum hands it off to Johnson. Johnson finds some open space on the right side, finally taken out of bounds by Carr, but she'll get down to, looks like the 15-yard line.
Looks like another counter this time for Seattle. And the offensive line does a really good job pinning Everett front 7 inside, allowing Johnson to get outside.
Looks like they'll mark her there at the 13. 2nd and 1 yard for a first down from the 13-yard line. Phylum going to take it herself, and there's Ride to say not today, and they blow the whistle there.
Looked like a busted play there in the backfield. I think Phylum initially wanted to hand the ball off to Johnson, but Johnson may have gone the wrong way, or maybe Phylum turned the wrong way, forcing Phylum to keep it, and she ended up taking a loss.
Delgado there also for the Rain, along with Schlachter. Stella Schlachter, again, 8 years in the league.
and she'll be someone that the coaching staff will kind of lean on to help keep the team focused at halftime, regardless of what happens at the end of this drive.
3rd and 4. Belle Robinson there in motion. Or check that, that's Fortson.
And it was Riot again playing at that play side defensive end spot, getting through the line and blowing up that play for a big loss.
Another 4th down, Luke. I feel like there's been many 4th down.
There's been a few, and I think Seattle's going to call a timeout just to make sure they run the play that they want. Big play here for Everett. They got to get a stop. They do not want to let Seattle score again before halftime.
Women's Football Alliance here on STSPN is brought to you by Big O Tires. Craving Cajun Grill. Everett Physical Therapy. Honda of Marysville. PullTabs.com. Wow Distributing. And we want to thank the Seattle Majestics for allowing us to broadcast this game for the Everett Rain here on STSPN. Well, winding down here, 32 seconds left in this first half. Opening night for Women's Football Alliance here in the 2016 season. 4th and 9. Shotgun for Phylum, looking to her left. Now she's got Ride, and she's going to go down. Big sack there for Everett.
Yeah, great job again by Ride. She has been the player of the game for Everett so far tonight. Blowing right through the offensive line for Seattle, getting to Phylum before Phylum really had a chance to set up and determine who she wanted to throw the ball to, because you can have you can drop the greatest pass patterns and the plays in the world, but if you can't protect, none of that matters. And the one flaw in the Seattle defense tonight has been Seattle offense tonight has been pass protection.
So the Rain will get one more shot at it with 25 seconds left to go in the first half. Not much through the air for the Everett Rain.
Well, I think they've had some pass protecting issues too.
Yes, he gets it off to number 21. Pelham gets a nice gain, but it's going to run into some time issues, and they take a timeout here. 16 seconds left.
Their last timeout.
It's a timeout by the Rain. We'll step away real quick. Watching WFA football on STSPN.
No future opponents, any special plays like that.
Just talking here. Luke Windsor with Scott Oshman here about what do you do here? Do you just play conservative? At some regard, 20-0. That's not bad. You've stopped him. It could have been much worse. As Walsh hands it off to Pelham again.
And they get a first one, so that will stop the clock temporarily. They can probably run one more play. But the 20 points that Seattle scored was very early in the game, so the defense has done a much better job since then. Now it's just a matter of can they get something going on offense.
Michelle Walsh looking over as they're going to start the clock here. 5 seconds left, and she just spikes it, and there's 4 seconds.
Well, even that took. And the line judge on this side was wanting the clock to wind they discussed it and they said, no, we'll stop the clock because it looked like Walsh may have actually taken a knee before she spiked the clock, which would then mean she's down. There is no spiking the ball there.
Second and 10 from their own 31. We're talking about managing risk here. You do not want to throw it and risk a pick six or anything else bad happening with 4 seconds left to go.
Well, you can throw it, but you also, do you run a Hail Mary? Do you run some kind of trick play? Do you really want to show a trick play this early in the season to future opponents?
They do go deep, and it's touched by Thomas there, and it's incomplete, and that's how we'll end the first half. The Seattle Majestics 20, the Everett Reign nothing. We'll be back. Take a brief time out here during halftime. Coming back for the second half, Women's Football Alliance on STSPN. Don't go away. Washington, French Field here. Scott Oshman, Luke Windsor with you. The Everett Rain and the Seattle Majestics. And Luke, you know, the Everett Rain, we talked just going into the halftime, they started to get at least a little bit going on defense and stopping the Majestic, who were doing whatever they wanted. But flipping the table here is the Majestics are going to get the ball in the first half. What on offense for Billy Russo's Everett Rain? What do they got to get going to get some points on the board?
Just start getting some first downs. It doesn't matter if is it running it, is it throwing it, whatever. They just got to get some first downs, get some confidence. The one thing I would like to try to see them do is maybe pelham the ball in space a little bit more, maybe on some screens. I know when they go in their spread look, she lines up in the slot. But and maybe also it's a matter of settling Walsh down, because she has not looked comfortable at all back there in the pocket. Some of that has to do with protection issues, so they need to shore that up. But they just got to get some first downs. It doesn't matter if their defense shuts Seattle out the rest of the way. If Everett can't score, it's a loss. So get some first downs, get their confidence back up, and just try to, by about halfway through the fourth quarter, try to get to a one-score game. If you can do that, all of a sudden the pressure really starts to go on Seattle. But again, they just got to get start. It starts with a first down. Well, actually, it's going to start with getting a stop. But when they get the ball, it starts with just get a couple of first downs and put together a drive, because they really haven't driven the ball at all on Seattle.
We will see if they can do that. The Seattle Majestics, again, went to the playoffs last year. Both teams here in the AFC of the WFA, the Pacific region. The Rain, the Shockwave, here the Majestics, then Tacoma Trauma and the Lady Renegades. So this definitely a big game as far as a division contest here as they start the 2016 campaign. So we'll see if Everett can figure something out at halftime.
And because the defense has gotten better, maybe try to gamble here, surprise on side. I don't know, but they have to do something to put a charge in the team. Maybe it's going to take a turnover deep in Seattle's end, or defensive touchdown, just to get the ball rolling for
And that's
Everett.
an interesting thought. It's a you always are weighing the risk here of, man, do you want to give them the ball there deep in your own territory? Back is from the Majestic is McCrae and Fortson, and to kick here is Keena Hopkins, the rookie, doing it all. Nice little squib kick.
Uh-oh.
Gets past the first line. McCrae touches it, and she finally falls on it, and they'll have it at the 32-yard line.
I don't think that was a design onside kick, but I think it was more of a squib kick, but still it turned into a very dangerous situation for Seattle, and Everett was just mere steps away from really taking advantage of that and getting the ball back. So sometimes it's when the offense isn't going well, sometimes it takes a big play on defense or special teams, like a block kick or an interception or a fumble, to get the rest of the team going. And I think that might be what Everett needs tonight.
You're talking Seattle Majestics special teams coach Cindy Boltoten. She's got to be going crazy when she sees her.
She'll have some talking points.
Yeah. Filing back, she goes strong over the middle. It's caught for a Majestics first down. McComas with a nice reception there, and good-looking throw there by the quarterback, Filan.
I like a good rep by McComas. She recognized that it was zone, so instead of keep running, once she found a hole in that zone, she settled in, presented herself as an open target for Filan, and Filan saw her and got her the ball.
A set of downs here at their own 43. Now they hand it off to Williams. Good pursuit. She's going to get either right back to the line of scrimmage or just short. Good pursuit there by the Rain.
And they look like they went with a one-back power where they pull the backside guard around it as a lead blocker. The Everett defensive line does a good job, especially Brandy Wright, who's really been the player of the game for Everett. stuffing it at the point of attack and giving Williams nowhere to go and allowing the rest of the defense to pursue and make the tackle.
Leanne Lyman there. She called her name several times. A 4-year player, 3-time All-American. Along with Stella Slachter for the stop. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 here. Just the start of the second half. Glad you're with us on STSPN. Byland back to pass. Has time. Going over the middle. Incomplete. Trying again, go back to McComas. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Really, that's some of the best protection Fyland's had all night, but the previous pass protection issues, I think, caused her to really have some happy feet back in the pocket. She didn't look set at all, and that caused a low throw.
Another rookie on the D line here coming in for Everett, Doria Shampoo, number 42. And that's been so critical because the depth not there, Luke, for Everett. They've got to rotate those D linemen in
as much as they can, but again, with the lack of depth, that can cause some issues.
Byland tosses it out to Williams. Trying to make the marker. She does cross the corner, lose the ball as she's knocked out of bounds by Hopkins.
And again, no one in the flat to cover Williams. They backed way off because it was 3rd and long. And this time, where Seattle's had success going to the flat to their left, this time they went to the right. Still, big play for Seattle on a 3rd and long to convert and move the chains.
Kiki Williams, she has hurt the rain here on 3rd and long, 4th and long. That play been very successful so far here tonight.
She is a tough tackle because she is constantly moving her feet, and she's never a still target.
Here she goes again up the center aisle, and she'll get close to another Majestics first down.
Looks like they ran power to the right side this time. They pulled Brown. He's been, I think, their best offensive lineman tonight. Pulled her around, got her as a lead blocker for Williams, created a nice lane for Williams to get 9 yards. And on 2nd and 1, that really opens up the whole playbook. You can do anything you want as an offense.
On the rain 34-yard line, 2nd and short, bombled snap here, but Fyland picks it up, goes out to the touchdown player. Caskey gets it down to inside the 20-yard line. She's tossed out of bounds by Burns, but it has been all Caskey here today for the Majestics.
And the corner, number 13, Kahe, she took a bad angle on that play. She's the last line of defense on the outside, and she went inside to make the tackle, and she got pinned inside by the wide receiver on a block, and that allowed the whole outside of that field to open up for Caskey.
It's Carr.
Carr.
It's my fault, Luke. You're trying to read my writing, which is always a challenge. I sometimes
Did you go to medical school?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. Or fortunately. First down. Fyland takes it herself. Breaks out of a tackle down to the 11-yard line. Still on her feet and finally brought down at the 6-yard line.
And again, some bad tackling by Everett. That's been another reoccurring theme tonight. This time they faked the fly sweep, opens up the hole. Then instead of giving it to Williams, what they've been doing in the first half, they fake it to Williams and use Williams as another lead blocker through that hole on a design QB keep for Fyland. So it's just taking one play, and really there's 3 ways to run it, and you just kind of add on, and eventually they may even run a pass off that kind of action.
There was a flag on the play. I saw an initial signal there by Dean Scholl, our referee, as he's giving you the call. But that'll push the Majestics back.
An illegal motion, I think, on Seattle.
So they were at the 6-yard line. Now they're back here at the 22-yard line. Still first down for them. Fyland, shotgun Williams to the right. Looks now to the near side, going for Caskey. And Vanessa not going to be able to get to that one.
She heard footsteps. Carr actually was covering the flat there, and had Caskey caught it, Carr would have been right there to put a hit on her.
Now we have a injured player again. We cannot see.
Someone from Everett.
Oh, and is that 43? If that's
right,
Randy Ride, that's not good.
Or it might be 45, Yali Delgado. It's one of the two. It's not right. It's right.
Yep, there's right. So it's Delgado,
I think it's Delgado. But
boy, Brandy Ride, she's got to do everything. She must drive the bus. She does a lot for this Everett Rain team.
She's been doing it all tonight, but unfortunately for her, football's a team game, and one player cannot.
No.
Very rarely does one player ever win a game by themselves in football.
Talk about this WFA season. We got a couple teams back in the league now. The Pittsburgh Passion, one of the kind of legendary teams in women's tackle football. They came back over from the IWFA, the Independent Women's Football League, but and also Toledo coming in. So the league growing, and definitely out west in the Pacific Northwest here, as you see, hopefully the injured player getting up. Delgado.
And she can barely put any weight on her right leg, so that's, and again, we've talked about it a few times, the lack of depth that Everett has, any injury is going to really hurt. Not just the literal sense, but in the fact that it hurts, it lessens the rotation, and they have it at that position, and it forces some players to get more snaps than the coaches probably want them to have.
Everybody looking on as the sun kind of sinks in the west here. 11:42 left to go in the third quarter. Second down and 15. Filing back. Now going the near side. Boy, that was dangerous. Incomplete there.
Kasky fell down, it looked like, and there were I think about 2 or 3 Everett defenders in the area, and none of them went for the ball. I think they all thought someone else was going to get it.
Trying to go to Melissa Castor out of Snohomish, Washington, where I'm from. Went to Pacific Lutheran University. That'll bring up 3rd and 15. Again, the Everett Rain through the first half had that kind of bend no break after that first 20 points on the board. Here we go, filing back. Now she's got a scramble. Looking, kind of a wobbler, almost brought down, incomplete right in front of the goal line. And it looks like the intended receiver was Tolliver.
Tolliver did everything right there except catch the ball. She got her the ball. The throw is in a double coverage, which is what you don't want as a coach. But Tolliver did a good job getting her body between the 2 defenders and the ball. One up, almost boxed him out, almost like a rebound. Just couldn't come down with it.
So 4th down and 15 yards to go from the Rain 22-yard line. Is
are we going to kick a field goal?
We look like, yes, we are going to get. Melissa Castor is going to have a 40-yard, looks like 39-yard attempt here.
And Everett does have 2 players in the end zone to catch it if it comes up short.
The hold, the snap, it's up, and it's not going to get there. It's picked up now by Burns.
Get upfield.
Burns takes it out to the 10-yard line. We talked to the officials before the game about that because we play college rules here for the most part.
And that's fine if you do that. She got it, but then she went towards the sideline instead of getting upfield, and I think it cost her about 5 or 10 yards.
But now if she lets it go and it goes out of bounds.
Then they get the ball where I think the ball was kicked.
Right. Which was, they kicked it from the 29, but.
But the thinking is typically you do that because if you can get a good athlete back there to catch a short kick, the other team mostly has lineman type on the field who shouldn't, in theory, be able to catch who's ever returning the ball. That's the if you want to think about the kick six,
right.
Auburn and Alabama, like
yes,
maybe the most famous one of these in history.
Yep.
Alabama had mostly linemen out there and a kicker. So they had 10 guys, really.
Yeah, right. Well, almost reminiscent with that last almost completion there. You said there was some, I think it was Green Bay or whatnot, had a
Aaron Rodgers
Hail Mary catch. So 90 yards to go for Walsh. Hands it up, Pelham, and she's met right away by Majestic defenders there, and maybe they'll get her back to the line of scrimmage. I think it's a loss of 1.
And again, you have to give a lot of credit to the Majestic defensive line. They're a lot deeper. They've been rotating a lot of different players throughout the game, and it really almost doesn't matter who they have up there. They're getting penetration. They're getting tackles for loss, and they're really taking the defensive line taking a lot of tackles away from the linebackers. And as a former linebacker myself, you don't like that sometimes.
10:38 here in the third. Everett Rain had 2 first downs in the first half, trying to get something going. Ride to the left there in motion. They give it to Ride. Ride tucks up the middle, and she'll step forward here for 3 or 4 on the pickup. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Ride almost looks surprised to be getting the ball. I think
she did.
It may have been supposed to be the fly sweep, but since the timing of that got messed up, Walsh just said, hey, here, you take it.
And she takes a couple seconds to get the train going.
Like,
yeah,
oh, I got the ball. I better run. But she still ends up getting about 4 yards on it. So it's better than nothing.
Give her a gain of 3, so 3rd and 7 now from their own 13-yard line. Dangerous spot in the field if you're going to try and throw the ball. The Majestics let a couple INTs go here as Walsh back. The right-hander looks, getting pressure now, lets it go, and again, just off the fingertips of the Majestic. Is that Fortson? It is.
That's
Boy, fortunate Fortson.
That was the 4th dropped interception for Seattle tonight, and all of them could have been pick sixes. So, I mean, as bad as 20-0 is, it could be a lot worse if Seattle defenders would have been able to hold on to catch the ball when they've had the chances.
Brings up 4th down and 7. I think they'll bring Carr in to punt.
Who, after her first punt, which was a bit of a shank, the rest of them actually been pretty good, although she has outkicked her coverage a couple times. But if I'm Seattle, I might even consider, it doesn't look like they're going to do it, but I might consider even going for a block here.
Tolliver and Fortson back for the Majestic to receive. Carr gets away a nice one. Looks like Tolliver wants it. No, it'll be Fortson, and Fortson's met quickly there by number 85, Shania Holland, and that's where the Majestic will start this series.
Fortson's probably wondering why couldn't Tolliver take it.
Right.
Not the best 2-play stretch Fortson's ever had in her career. Dropped interception, then fields the punt and gets smacked.
The first game of this season. And for Everett Rain fans, you can catch almost all the home games. We do have a couple away. This is our first game of the year on STSPN, but all the home games will be covered right here. 1st and 10 now for Majestic. Filan swings it back out. Incomplete. Good try there.
McComas was able to break open on an out route. The ball was just off target. Something to keep in mind for Everett, and this is kind of a universal truth throughout football, is typically early in the season, defenses are ahead of the offense. That's just the way it's almost always been. And another one is the biggest improvement any team will make will be between games 1 and 2. And with a bye week after this game, Everett will have 2 weeks to get better and really to work on the things that they need to correct from this game. So I would expect a better performance in 2 weeks from now.
2nd and 10. Filan back to throw again. Now she'll go over to Tolliver. It's complete at the 30-yard line, trying to break a couple tackles. She gets forward to around the 26 or 7. See where they're spotted. Another completion here. Filan to Tolliver.
Marquetta Johnson, first on the scene there, the rookie defensive back. Another one of the rookies that Everett's really high on. She got ran over, so that's her welcome to football.
Yeah, she's had quite an introduction there on that side of the field. 3rd and 2 for the Majestic. Get it now to Johnson in the ball game. Eludes a tackler, and then Carr finally there, but the Majestic 1st down, and she'll get up to the 16-yard line.
So they ran a trap play right up the middle. They let a defender run free, they're not free because a pulling guard's coming around to ear hold them, which is what happened there. Creates a big opening right in the middle of the defense, and Johnson's able to get the 1st down.
Pelham there as well for the Rain defense. on that left side.
Helm's had a busy night.
She has.
Both ways.
See the hands on their hips there for Ride and a couple other Reign defenders here. 1st and 10 from the 17. Phylum, now she's going for the end zone. Incomplete. I don't know if Caskey, there was a miscommunication. It's like the route wasn't finished.
Caskey was the closest there, going for a 3rd touchdown. You had 2 receivers. I think it was to Caskey, just a poorly thrown ball. But, and again, early in the season, these are just some of the things that teams will be able to clean up, and get better at, and also just working on timing. You also have a rookie quarterback who's still trying to getting to know the receivers that she's playing with.
2nd and 10 from the Reign 17 here. Phylum back to pass one more time. Goes over the middle, incomplete. Close to a pass interference. Burns right there. They were trying to go to Caskey one more time. He's got all 3 touchdowns for the Majestic.
That was a poorly thrown ball again from Phylum. Caskey, if she throws it more towards the middle and throws Caskey open, that's a touchdown, but she threw it behind her, forcing Caskey to have to stop, change directions, and allow Burns to make a play.
Majestic going through the air here. All 3 touchdowns through the air. 16-yard pass to Vanessa Caskey for the first score. Then they had Castor and then back with a 2-yard catch for Caskey. Here's 3rd and 10. Again from the 17. Phylum back to pass. Fakes. Now goes over. Trying to go to Tolliver too low. Incomplete. And it'll be 4th down once again.
And again, ball is behind Tolliver. It's also low, so I don't know if it would have been enough for the 1st down or not. But Phylum just didn't look very comfortable back there, and it showed on a poorly thrown ball.
Oh, the Everett Reign, boy, they have
the defense
have hung here.
Although so Seattle was willing to go for a field goal, a 39-yard field goal. Why not kick a field goal now? Make it it'd still be a 3-score game if you factor in 2-point conversions, but just that extra bit for Everett to go.
See what they do. Phylum goes back down. She's got a wide open Majestic player. It's caught. Touchdown. Tolliver on 4th and 10.
Shows what I know.
Keena Hopkins was there. As you see, there's the catch just right outside, and she breaks a tackle, and Tolliver in with the 3rd score of the night for the Majestics.
Isn't it the 4th?
Or, excuse me, 4th. Thank you. That's high-level math there, Luke. You see the touchdown once again. Castor on for the extra point. She punches it through, and it's good.
Hey, first game of the season. We're all allowed a mulligan or 2. So.
Scott Oshman here, Luke Windsor. Todd Elvig, our executive producer, running the dials over there. WFA football here on STSPN. Stay tuned. The Everett Reign, also a YouTube channel on demand this season at Snohomish Times. It's been fun. The WFA has got some stars, obviously big things happening all over the country. Got the Sowers sisters, Katie Sowers getting an assistant coaching job on the East-West, the Shrine game for college. You've got first women's professional for the Arizona Cardinals on the assistant staff there, an internship.
Didn't Buffalo hire?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. The quality control coach.
I think so. So it's great things happening in the women's game.
And it just goes to, if you know football, it shouldn't matter anything else. If you know football, and you're qualified to coach it and talk it.
There is no doubt about it. Obviously, I've got 2 teenage daughters, and they're really excited to watch this. It's a kickoff. Taken up front, gets past the 35. And that was Cornist there to return.
Another rookie. There's quite a few rookies, again, getting a lot of playing time, getting their first exposure. Another rookie to point out, Meg Onstad. She was expected to be a starter for Everett, but she has an MCL injury, so she's out for who knows how long. I talked to her a little bit on the field before the game. She's going to see her. She had an MRI yesterday. She'll see the doctor next week. So these 2 early bye weeks that Everett's going to have after this week and then after the game against Southern Oregon, with the depth and injury issues that Everett has, normally you don't want to have a bye weeks early in the season, but in this case it might be helpful for them. Meg Onstad.
Meg Onstad, yes, as far as the injured player. So 1st and 10 here for the Everett Rain from their own 38-yard line. Walsh gets it now to Ride. Ride keeps on chugging. She'll cross the 40 to 39-yard line. That's where they'll go 2nd and 8.
Just a fullback dive to Ride. Again, there you see the rookie. They were expecting big things from her right away as a rookie to start. Hurts her MCL, and that just sets everything back for her going forward.
Well, the quarterback again playing well. Michelle Walsh trying to get used to some new players. And I think for the Everett Rain right now, it's just trying to get positive, get a 1st down, take little steps. Just get another 1st down.
Get a drive going, and hopefully you don't want to get shut out in your season opener.
2nd and 8, Walsh back to pass. Got to go in and out of the hands there of Amelia Carr, and I'm sure she wants that one back.
She had it in her hands, and not only that, she had some room to run too, I think. And it looked like just from the replay, it gets in her hands, and she takes her eye off the ball, thinking about how far she's going to be able to run with it instead of looking the ball in her hands and securing the catch.
You saw there Michelle Walsh. This is her 3rd year playing in the WFA here for the Rain. She was a 2nd-team All-American. And that one she put right on the dime. That was
her best throw of the night, and unfortunately there's nothing to show for it.
3rd and 8. She'll try again. Walsh going over, and this time she completes it to Holland, and that's the first reception for Holland.
And the first 3rd down conversion Everett has had, and we're more than halfway through the 3rd quarter.
They've been trying to go to Shania Holland again the 2nd. This is her 3rd year as well. She was a 1st-team All-American. Talking to the coaches before, they had big expectations. She's been banged up, so they weren't sure, and there you see Shania Holland.
And she's their tight end. She got All-American status as a tight end. And anytime you have a tight end, especially with the way football's kind of the trend you're seeing in the NFL, especially with the Patriots and Rob Gronkowski, Jimmy Graham of the Seahawks, like a good tight end is a very difficult weapon to defend.
Now Walsh tries to tuck it, and she had too many Majestics coming after her. Not much she could do. She had Raina Lorraine coming in.
And Raina Lorraine, she didn't want to go for the big hit. She dragged Walsh down by grabbing hold of the ball and trying to rip the ball out. She was one that turnover. But I think there's a flag. Offsides.
So that was a good break there, as you see our
Instead of a big loss, it'll be 5 free yards.
Dean Scholl, our referee tonight. So that's a good break for the Everett Rain. .604 left here in the 3rd quarter. We wind it up.
And an update from the world of sports. North Carolina defeats Syracuse 83-66 to advance to the national title game where they face Villanova.
That one going as many, the only 1 seed in the final 4 left, and UNC playing good basketball.
No competitive national semifinals this year.
No. 5:52 here. It's all about football in April. 1st down off the penalty. And Pelham finally gets the ball, and she'll get forward progress probably to the 42.
And they fake the handoff to Ride, going one way, give it to Pelham, going the other. If Pelham, I think, would have kept her head up, I think she was more worried about what was around her feet. If she keeps her head up, eyes open, she might have had a chance to maybe cut back to the left, get a few extra yards. But still, 2nd and about 3, not a bad situation to be in for an offense that's struggling the way they are.
just getting things together. Like you said, they got a bye week next week. Then they'll take on Oregon on the 16th. Here's a 2nd and 3. Walsh back to pass, gets pursuits, lets it go. Almost intercepted by Vanessa, trying to go to Pelham. And they are playing with fire there, Luke.
That's the 5th time a Seattle defender has nearly had an interception and a big return off of it. And again, credit the Seattle pass rush getting in Walsh's face, forcing another bad throw. A lot of the bad throws that Walsh has had, it's not been her fault. It's been she's had defenders in her face, and she's getting hit when she throws, and it's tough to be accurate when you're getting hit.
No, they sent the house there. I think they're leaning on them throwing the ball. Is now Walsh there, Ride to the left.
This might be a play where you can give it to Ride and see if she can power her way for the 3 yards.
3rd down. Now they're going to go to pass. Now they've got time over the middle. Incomplete again, dangerous. Not sure if she was trying to get Holland again, I believe. Incomplete, sets up for a 4th and 3.
I really don't know who she was trying to throw to there. There were more Majestic defenders there than there were receivers.
Substitution. Want to thank the Seattle Majestics for allowing us to broadcast this game for the Everett Rain on STSPN.com. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast here south of Seattle in Kent. Nice facility here, Luke. First time for me here.
This is my first time too, and it's one of the more famous high school facilities because of all the 4 Kent schools all play their home games here, and there's been some good football played around these parts for a long time at the high school level.
QB sneak, and Walsh goes right up front, and she'll get a 1st down.
Well, they caught Seattle by surprise. They were not expecting a quarterback sneak, and it showed because I don't think either one of the A gaps, which is the gap between the guard and the center, were covered, and Walsh was able to take advantage and go right up the middle for a 1st down.
Call me old-fashioned, Luke. I love the old QB sneak. I mean, it's not used as much these days.
Well, I like to see I'm liking when I see an I formation.
Yeah.
Enough with this spread nonsense. Football's a physical game. Ram it down someone's throat.
So I grew up in Iowa, and the Iowa Hawkeyes were a little old throwback football, not as much spread. Walsh 1st down, gets it to Pelham on the left side. Now she's getting some good energy going forward. Nice 1st down pickup of 4 or 5 there on the left side.
And then they just ran a lead ISO, give it to Pelham, get behind Ride, and see what you can get. And I will not talk about the Rose Bowl.
No, Iowa Hawkeyes didn't obviously too much time with Mickey on that trip. They hadn't been there a long time. They didn't show up.
I think too much McCaffrey.
Yes, that too, but they didn't even show up. 2015 champion, the DC Divas took it from Dallas Elite. The 2015 championship. This is the opening weekend here for the WFA. Walsh, play action, rolling to the near side. Now is unleashed. Going up, trying to go Carr again. Covered nicely there by McComas, but she had a shot.
She had a shot, but I like that there's a flag on the field down at the line of scrimmage. But I like the no call by the official here between the jostling match between the receiver and the corner. The ball's up in the air. They both have equal rights to it. And Everett will be backed up for the holding call. But I like that there was no call. Both defender and receiver were going up for the ball at the same time. Yes, there's incidental contact, but that should be a no call, and it was a correct decision by the official.
We'll wait to see what the penalty was.
It was a holding.
Okay.
Now, whether or not Seattle's going to accept it or not.
Mr. Scholl tells you exactly that, Luke. The prognostication was correct.
And they will take the penalty and make it 2nd and
15 or so.
17 or 18.
Yep, they're at the 43, so.
They have to get to the 20, so 2nd and 17.
Holland now, you saw her come over to the right side. Now she'll split out. Carr on the near side.
Gotta get lined up.
Thomas on the far side. Under center is Walsh. Carr in motion. Fakes it to her and gives it to Pelham. Pelham spins. Gets back and another flag there. It's thrown.
We might have another hold.
By the umpire, Rod Lewis. Very nice crowd here, Luke, as we see the assessment. We'll talk about that here on the our camera, our broadcast position here on the Seattle side. A very nice crowd here by the Majestics.
And gradually more people have showed up on the other side as well. It's good to see these women are putting in a lot of hard work. It's good to see that they're getting the support.
Talking to both sides, we were down the field, a lot of off-season work they've been putting in on both sides.
Since September or even before that in some cases. Another hold. They're going to take it, so.
Boy. Second
in Maple Valley.
Yeah, second and a long, long way to go.
Well, the thing that the Everett offense needs to know, you don't need to get it all back on this. Try to get at least 10 to 12 yards on this play minimum. And I'd really like to see them try to get their tight end Holland involved on this play. Get her up the seam. Seattle's running a two safety look, so maybe try to get her between the two safeties and see if she can make something happen.
Long way to go. Just trying to make it up. Second down. Walsh back to pass. Going deep again for Carr. Incomplete. McComas on the coverage once again. Looked like a very similar play there, Luke.
Well, Carr got inside position on her defender, and the ball was thrown to her outside shoulder, so that caused her to stop and have to change directions. And that's just early season.
Yep.
Maybe just her
timing,
not being on the same page. Typically on go routes like that, you want the receiver to take more of an outside move. So I think if that's what she should have done, then Walsh put the ball where she should have put it. Carr just run the route wrong.
Talked about the rain. They get a bye next week, but the Majestic are going to face the Tacoma Trauma next Saturday. So third and a mile, trying to get all the way to the 26-yard line. Walsh back to pass, now has to step up. Over the middle, going to Holland, bounces off, almost intercepted again, but falls incomplete.
That's what I would like to see them try to do on second down and go to Holland. But again, good idea. Just throw wasn't quite on target. I think some pressure again from number 76, Rebecca Samuelson. In the program, she's listed as 5'2", but I feel 6'2". And
yeah,
she's playing like it tonight.
Yeah,
she's really had a nice game.
So Carr will be back to punt one more time. At Fortson for the Majestic, standing around the 25-yard line.
And Tolliver as well.
There's Tolliver on the far side here. Carr with a good punt. Takes a bounce, and that's where Fortson will take it around the 28-yard line. Goes to the far side. Past the 40, still on her feet, taken down there. The punter has to do it all. Carr takes her down at the 45.
Not a bad tackle for a punter.
No, not at all.
But she does play corner on defense,
yep.
so that is the rare exception for as far as punters being able to tackle. But something I've noticed with Everett, pursuit angles is something that they need to work on a little bit better. They'll get up the field, but they're not getting. But they're still allowing Seattle ball carriers to get outside of them, and so pursuit angles, pursuit lanes. Is another thing that they're going to work on in this bye week.
2:34 here in the third. As the Majestics here get ready to go back at it. Last year, I mean, they got in the playoffs and they're playing Tacoma, and there's their first time out of the second half, I believe, for Seattle. But last year, as we have that, the Majestics got, and they played Tacoma. They beat Tacoma. They went on to play the San Diego Surge, actually right here at French Field. And the Surge kind of came out and won that ball game. They went on And eventually were beaten by the DC Divas, who went on to the championship game, and that's who won it. But Seattle Majestic, they've been going a long time. They're deep. Scott McCarron, he's got a good thing going here.
And quarterfinalists a year ago, so they're a team that expects to be competing for the championship on a yearly basis. And I think they are where Everett would like to be.
Yes.
And it'll take some work, and it'll take probably having all your players healthy.
Yeah, that would help.
And then sometimes with football, especially you get into the postseason later in the season, you need to get the right bounce of the ball to go your way. You need a break or two. But if you're a team that's competing for championships on a yearly basis, you tend to get those breaks a little more often.
We see him, and there's the whistle as they had somebody in motion there. Filan was trying to hand it off.
Illegal form motion or procedure on Seattle.
This one will be coming back. 27-0 here in the third quarter with 2:33 left to go. 1st and 15. Filan has had a very good night tonight so far.
At this point in the game, I don't know how much more should be thrown in. They're up 27. Their defense is pitching a shutout. They could really start thinking about killing the clock.
Kiki on the far side gets going. They say she hit
stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds, but she was on her way to a touchdown there. If she didn't,
she stopped herself.
She did. Let's see where they'll mark that. Actually, wow, she stepped out of bounds quite a bit farther up than I had imagined here. It's like only a 4 or 5 yard gain.
No,
because she was 9 yards.
The penalty.
Right.
Just ran a counter on the right side, able to get the edge. Don't forget to visit our website.
Second down. Filan's going to take it herself. Runs out of one tackle, and now a group of tacklers finally take her down. She crosses the mid-stripe into rain territory.
Design QB keeper. She'll fake the handoff to Williams, and then almost use Williams as a lead blocker. Just get behind her, get up into the hole. Nice gain on second down there. Sets up a 3rd and short.
Don't forget to like the Majestics on Facebook.
Beautiful evening in April here in Seattle, Puget Sound area. 1:32 left in the third. 3rd and short. Fakes the handoff, and Filan takes it again up the middle with a big gain. Another Majestics first down. She's brought down hard there by Katrina Rooks, another rookie from that Everett Rain side, and she put a big hit there on Nikki Filan.
It is nice to be able to hit the quarterback like that, but you prefer it to be happening behind the line of scrimmage and not after a first down. Really the same play as before, fake the handoff, allow the running back to get through the hole, get behind her, use her as a blocker.
First down from the Rain 37. Now she gives it to Williams. Williams busts outside. Burns finally there, takes her down, and Williams and Burns. Boy, Kiki Williams, I like it. She's feisty.
What she did a great job there is she was patient. She let her blockers actually set up this time, let them do their job so she could do hers. She didn't run a lot of, something I had experience with in coaching high school football. Some of those young running backs, they just run as fast as they can, and they'll often run past their blockers before their blockers ever actually block anyone.
Right.
Williams did a good job of letting her blocker, setting up her blockers, letting them do their job so she could do hers.
2nd and 4. Filan looks to the right, now she fades, gonna right, passes in and out of the hands, incomplete there. Time she was trying to go to Bell Robinson, Christina.
Good pass by Filan, just Bell Robinson couldn't hold on. A little surprised with the play call. Why not just run the ball and get to the end of the quarter? But anyway, sometimes when you have a rookie quarterback, you want to take advantage of every little chance you get the rookie rep, get their first year starter reps, throwing the ball, get them experience.
Williams in the backfield. Ashley Johnson done a nice job platooning as well, and they'll flip it to Williams. She's got some green. Now she cuts it back the other way. She gets a Majestics first down, and she's taken down. A flag goes as Pelham gets a, and now some extracurricular activity there.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say that. Might be a face mask.
Stella Schlachter says, I've been doing this 8 years, okay?
Horse collar.
Oh, and that's on the rein.
And the important thing is for, as you see Stella Schlachter, for Everett is, yeah, you're getting beat, but you still got to keep your composure.
Right.
Play hard, but don't lose your cool. You're already losing on the scoreboard. Don't lose elsewhere as well. And because it's a defensive penalty, we're going to have an untimed down in the third quarter.
Right, because the clock had gone to 0, but can't do it on a penalty. So now they'll move the sticks. Right at the 10-yard line. First and goal. Milam now to go to the near side, flip to Williams. Williams makes a move up front, but Burns is there to meet her. Looks like the ball's down as she fell to the ground.
I did see the ball pop loose before she was down.
Burns excited. She says it's Everett Rain football, and that's what the official says. A huge turnover here to end the third. A little momentum is needed here for the Everett Rain, down 27-0.
That's a good way to end the quarter. We'd like to see something like that happen before the score got to 27-0, but take what you can get.
We'll come back with the fourth quarter WFA football on STSPN. Don't go away. Back with more. Start of the fourth quarter here. Seattle Majestics there. Just Williams has been brilliant, and then big hit there by Burns. Not sure what happened, but they turn it over, so the Rain.
It looked like Williams was trying to stretch for that extra yard when she's going down and the ball popped loose. And while you admire that effort, sometimes you want to tell your running backs, don't do that. Don't put the ball in danger just to gain one extra yard, especially if you've already gotten the first down, or if you're not even close to scoring.
Well, it's just like we can get into a whole debate about the famous Dallas Cowboy play, and Everett Rain are going to take their timeout here, the second. Talking about trying to get too nifty. Des Bryant, the famous play at Green Bay where is it a catch or is not a catch, and that's what's so typical now. He catches it and he's trying to reach. They're always trying to reach.
Well, the difference between that play and this play is Des actually had with his athleticism, he had not a great shot, but still a chance to actually score. Williams was 2 or 3 yards shy. And
right.
If you've already got the first down and you know there's no way you get the ball across the goal line, what are you doing reaching out for that extra yard that you don't really need at that moment?
Yeah, and it's a running play versus a pass reception play, a receiver play. My point is that, again, back in the day a little bit, it's you catch the ball, you bring it into your chest, you go down. You're not trying to always reach for the pylon. Well, and sometimes that gets you in trouble these days.
I read a story about Raymond Berry, the Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Yeah.
And some guy who was playing catch with Raymond, and Raymond didn't say anything, but whenever he would catch it, he'd just catch it, tuck it in, catch it. And finally the guy playing catch with him kind of took the hint, hey, whenever I catch the ball, I better tuck it into my body.
Yep.
And now he thinks if he caught a hand grenade, he'd tuck it.
That's right. Well, I mean, I played receiver in high school and whatnot, and that's what they taught you. But again, I didn't have the athleticism to stretch. And finally, it's an INT, the pass, and it's intercepted. They've played with fire so many times, and finally
they dropped 5 previously, and they finally well, it's their second of the game.
I'm trying to see who came up with that interception.
I think it was Carocious, I think, got it. I think it was from a linebacker spot.
It was Kai Carocious. I thought that's who handed the ball. I don't know if we have that one on the replay, but
Walsh tried to get it to a receiver running a hitch route from the slot position. Carocious from a linebacker spot just dropped right in front of it and was able to make the pick.
Now 1st and goal from the 9, and they have Kiki Williams out there to redeem herself possibly here.
I think she wants a touchdown badly after that.
She has not hit pay dirt yet this season. Tonight is obviously the opening night of the season. She had plenty last year. Bynum goes back over the middle. Fortson in and out of her hands, incomplete. She had a touchdown. Good throw right in the seam there by the QB.
She may have heard footsteps, but this is a ball that on target should be caught, just wasn't, and that was a touchdown dropped.
And she'll want that one. She's frustrated as anybody. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 9. 14:48. Start of the 4th quarter here. Glad you're with us. Scott Oshman, Luke Windsor, Todd Elvig running the controls here. Josh Elvig on camera. Byland hands it off to Williams up front. And she is taken down hard, but crosses the 5 into the 4 3-yard line.
Good run up the middle. Again, that fake fly sweep keeps them defenders honest, keeps them from crashing into the middle, and allows Williams to get a nice gain.
Put her at the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 4. Lone setback is Williams. Motion now for Fortson. Looks like a broken play, went the wrong way. Williams still on her feet, but good pursuit there by Burns and Ride. And that was a miscommunication, a failure to communicate there, Luke.
Yeah, Filan turns one way, Williams went the other, whoops. And then Ride finishes it off, then has something to say to Williams afterwards. If I'm down 27-0, I'm not really gonna talk trash, but that's just me, that's just me. But I think that may have been Ride venting some frustration about how this night's gone for her team.
Now it's on the 10-yard line, loss of 6 on that one. 4th down and goal here. They go for it. Over the middle, it's caught by McCray at the 5, and then she's put down. Good defensive stand there by Burns to keep Majestic out of the end zone. Turn it over on downs, and the rain will get it right back.
Good route by McCray. Throws a little bit behind, which caused her to stop, not allowed her to really get any run after the catch, and allowed the Everett defenders to close and make the tackle before she was able to cross the goal line.
So the Everett Rain dodge a bullet there with the interception deep in their territory. They had it on the 4-yard line at one point, and they couldn't punch it in, decided not to kick a field goal. And here it's Michelle Walsh and company chance one more time.
And for the Seattle staff, something like that, that's something that they'll be able, yeah, they're gonna win this game most likely, but you still want to be able to find things that you can teach your team about and coach them up on, and be able to take advantage of getting a turnover that deep in the other team's territory is one of them.
Ride gets it. She spins up for a couple maybe, and she's taken down. Brandy Ride has talked about it all game long. She's been tremendous tonight.
She's done her part.
She really has. Outstanding.
Unfortunately, I also think that run there just showed she's starting to fatigue a little bit.
Conditioning always a factor in the first night.
Well, especially if you're a two-way player like she is. She hasn't gotten many breaks.
They'll give her 2, 2nd and 8, deep in their territory here with 12:44 left to go in this one. The opening night at WFA 2016 season. Walsh under center. She gets it now to Pelham. Pelham taken down nicely there. Gets offside, and again, that's that.
Ferocious,
She's been outstanding.
And you see on the replay here, there's a hole, and Ride, I'm going to put this one on a bit on Ride. She went right. She did not look inside like she should, and she went right past her. Ferocious, and Ferocious took advantage with the run through and made the tackle. If Ride just turns her head to the inside first to the nearest threat, she'd be able to make that block.
Kayla Ferocious out of Kent Lake High School. 2013, she was a Rookie of the Year. 2014, Offensive Lineman of the Year. 2015, All-American. So not surprising to Seattle Majestics fans to see Kayla Ferocious have the performance tonight. 3rd and 8 for the Everett Rain.
She's really been their best player on defense tonight.
Out of the shotgun, fake it there to Ride. Walsh back to pass, has time over the middle. It's caught down at the 20-yard line again. Holland for a Everett Rain first down.
Nice to see them get Holland involved again. She's able to get right between the line. That's a tight throw. That's one of the better throws Walsh has had all night. In between about 4 defenders, but there's that one hole, and Holland was able to find it, and Walsh was able to get the ball into it.
That's rush hour traffic she's thrown into right there.
A little too loose. Like you like to see stuff like that earlier in the game. You have an All-American tight end. You want to get them involved a little sooner than they were able to. I think some of the passes to her early on were just off target, but something like that going into their next game can be a confidence builder.
First down, now at their own 20. Just under 11 minutes to go in this opening night. Walsh gonna roll to the far side. Licken stepped up, throws. Trying to go to Holland again, had her open. That time just a little too much there, incomplete, and bring up 2nd and 10.
Holland was open, just the ball a little too far out front. Yeah, it was a design rollout, but sometimes quarterbacks need to know if there's no one around me, I can actually stop and set my feet and make have a chance for a much more accurate throw. And instead, she threw on the run, and some quarterbacks some quarterbacks can throw on the run, some can't, and it's a skill that really almost can't be taught sometimes. And maybe Walsh will see that on film and decide, hey, maybe next time, set my feet, make an accurate throw.
2nd and 10. Ride and Pelham in the backfield for the Rain. This time Pelham gets it. Nice lead block. Tries to cut up. Spins. Crosses the 22. Be down around the 23. Set up a 3rd and long.
And again, the thing that's been impressive about the Majestic defense, even when it looks like there's a hole, they close that hole really quickly. There's a lot good team pursuit from the backside to take away cutback lanes and to take away what could be a big play and turn into a very minimal game.
They're very fast up front, get off the blocks well.
And the name we haven't called because I see her with her pads off, and she's hurt, is since the first quarter is Tuku Tau.
Oh, yeah, right.
She
called her name a few times in the early.
But just shows how deep they are on the defensive line. They can lose her, and they're still dominating.
3rd and 7. They faked it that time to Ride, gave it to Pelham. Pelham gets a couple, still be short of the first down. I'll bring up 4th and 4 or 5 here, depending on, it looks like the spot here is at the 26. So,
and she didn't make the tackle. But she made a hit in the backfield. Rebecca Samuelson, who's also had a nice game, was able to slow Pelham up just enough so that when Pelham did break free, there was a host of Majestic defenders right in her face.
And Billy Russo deciding now with 4th and 4 to go on their own 26. He's going to punt. He's got Carr back.
I think if they were around midfield or in Majestic territory, they'd be going for it. But this deep, no need.
Tulliver Deep to receive for the Majestics. And that's along with Bell Robinson. That's who takes it, crosses the 50 and run out of bounds around the 41-yard line, and that's where Seattle will start. With 8:36 left to go in the fourth quarter, WFA football here on STSPN. Be a fun season here as we head in through the spring and the summer. Championship taking place last year in Los Angeles. Haven't seen if that's the location this year for the WFA championship or not.
Not a bad place to spend a summer day.
No, not at all. Back to pass. Phylum going deep. Almost. Looks like if they turn, Burns wanted that along with Thomas, but they couldn't turn quick enough.
They both saw it, and I think they both started to slow up just right as the ball was getting to him. Like, who's going to take it? Sometimes, if you're back there, you got to be like a center fielder in baseball. Just take charge. Say I got it. And then go for it. That's where it's okay to get a little greedy.
Yeah. 8:29 left. Boy, and these players out here, a lot of them going both ways, Luke, and just tremendous effort all night.
Effort, but again, the depth that advantage Seattle has really showed up.
Williams again gets the carry, and Pelham with a good crack there. And
Pelham looked like she took some frustrations out of on that tackle.
She did.
She came in hard and high.
And Lindsey Rogers took care of the feet there, Williams, and waiting for her teammate to come and take her down. A gain of 5, 3rd and 5 now to go for Seattle.
It's no fun getting high load like that.
No. No huddle offense here for Seattle. Head coach Scott McCarron, also the offensive coordinator. Phylum hands it off, kind of delayed draw there to Williams. Williams across the 30, a first down in to the 28-yard line, and Kiki Williams is tough to bring down, Luke.
Yeah, she's got, I think the most impressive thing about her running is her vision. It was a counter play designed to go to the right side. She saw nothing there, saw a big hole to the left, cut it back, and was able to get across the first down, the line to getting for the first down.
So another first down for the Majestics is Nikki Phylum, number 18, the QB. Looks, and now there's some confusion, so
they were not
Seattle's going to take a timeout.
They were not lined up legally, and the coaches saw that and called the timeout. They were in a 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side, and in a set like that, 1 wide receiver on each side has to be on the line of scrimmage. On the far side, both of them were off, and neither one seemed to realize that, and so that's why the coach called it for a timeout.
Just remind everybody, STSPN, the Snohomish Times Sports Network, is excited to bring you WFA football in this Everett rain. Our next game being broadcast will be April 30th. It's a home game at Everett Memorial Stadium. The Everett Rain welcome in the Portland Shockwave. Look to STSPN, look at Everett Rain website and everywhere to find that.
EverettRain.org, I believe.
I think so. I want to thank everybody, Billy Russo and everyone at the Everett Rain. Great sending us information. Also, the Majestics, Scott McCarron and everybody. So 1st and 10. Bell Robinson in motion, fakes to him, now her, and she's back to pass, incomplete. Trying to go to McCray. Too much.
Pass was well behind McCray. I wonder if Phylum was expecting McCray to break out fake the slant or a post and then break out. It's never happened. Again, early in the season, plus you have a rookie quarterback. Not everyone's always going to be on the same page. And again, it'll be something for the sales staff to say, yeah, we won, but look at this. Or look at when we forced a turnover deep in there and couldn't score. So in some way, it's almost a blessing in disguise for the Seattle coaching staff. Like, yeah, we won, but there's still these things to get their attention and keep their egos in check.
2nd and 10, Reign 28-yard line. In motion now, Fortson. They'll hand it to Williams. Williams, plenty of room up front, and she'll take a huge gain there all the way to the 15. And Kiki Williams doing it all tonight for the Reign.
And I think fatigue is really starting to set in for the Everett front seven, because after the first few drives where they were getting blown off the ball, they've done a much better job defending, especially between the tackles, and not allowing those big holes to get opened up. But now they're starting to get opened up again, and you just tell the body language of the Everett players is not good. They are tired.
Moss and Brown and Connecticut up front there for the Majestics. As the ball's bobbled, but right into Belle Robinson. She's going touchdown, Majestics.
When it's your night, it's your night. That play had no right to be a touchdown after the fumble and the bobble, but it went right back to Belle Robinson. You couldn't ask for a better bounce than that. And then she did the rest herself. Got a nice block downfield from Fortson, it looked like. And able to punch it in for the touchdown. And if this game wasn't, if the icing hadn't already been put on the cake, it's on now.
And Vanessa Cascade with the hold. And Melissa Castor will try the extra point. It is up, and it is good. 6:32 left to go in this one. You hear the Seattle Majestic fans applauding the effort of their 2016 club as they go up 34-0 here with 6:32 left to go. We'll take a quick break here on STSPN. We'll be back with the end of this one right after this. The voice there, Luke Windsor there. Also great graphic there by Todd Elvig, the magician with the graphic machine.
I was thinking out loud there, sorry.
That's okay, we like that here. It's late, it's 34-0, 6:32 left, but great night for football.
Uh-oh.
Burns has trouble with it. Now she picks it up at 11, trying to make something, and she's got all kinds of Majestics players over. She'll go down around the 8-yard line.
And on the flip side of when it's your night, it's your night. When it's not your night, it's not your night.
Britt Burns, 4-year veteran. Again, one of the ladies who has to do a lot of different things, sometimes fullback, linebacker.
She's playing a lot of safety tonight.
Yep.
She's returning kicks.
But improvement for this Everett Reign club. Last year was a rough one. Again, they're relatively new, 3 or 4 years. Could be, I don't know, maybe Todd, I'm looking over to our executive producer, Todd Elvig, might correct me on that. But nonetheless, they're looking for improvement. They need to build their depth. They've got Michelle Walsh. They've got some pieces to it.
They do have some pieces. I think Ride and Holland, I like them as players. When Walsh has actually had some time and felt comfortable inside her feet, she's had some nice throws as well. Pelham, it looks capable of doing some things as a running back, but on a night like tonight, this might almost be, you don't necessarily want to throw the film away, but after you've watched it once as a team, you don't want to watch it again. Learn what you need to learn from it and then move on and move ahead.
Oh, no doubt. 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. Again, the field position, they haven't been in great position as Walsh goes over. Oh, and it's incomplete. Going for Holland one more time.
Tolliver was there waiting for it, and it looked like McComas knocked it away from her own teammate. Whoops.
Somebody owes somebody something after that one.
You owe
2nd
me
and 10.
You owe me dinner.
Yeah. 6:16 left to go. Again, Majestics fans, a good turnout here. A nice evening.
What a night you expect in June, not April.
That's true. Walsh back there. Snap. Walsh looking over. That one just got away from her. Looked like it didn't come out of her hand.
She never really had a handle on that ball at all. There was a bad snap.
That one you can see it.
It just didn't look right in her hand from the outset.
Thomas.
She wasn't high enough. It looked like she was high enough up on the lace. She had it more in the middle of the ball.
Right.
You don't want it as a quarterback.
See if Keena Hopkins, who's a rookie wide receiver, see if they can get her as the season goes on a little bit more comfortable, get some balls to her. Because now they really spread it out. Right in the background, they're going to roll to the near side. Here's Walsh thinking about it. Now she's got to get rid of it. Goes against the grain, and it's tied up. It was a completion, but they're
well, if it's
both players have the ball.
Simultaneous possession, it does go to the offense, which that's the case here. Both players had a hold of it. And that was Hopkins. You asked
on
for it,
cue.
you got it. Yeah, the simultaneous possession rule.
Majestic fans don't. Yeah, they both literally caught it. Majestic fans not happy about the call, but
their opinion doesn't count. It's all
no, it
the
does.
guys in the striped shirt.
1st and 10 for the Rain at the 20-yard line.
When I was a coach in high school, at the high school level, my opinion didn't matter so much
no.
compared to the striped shirts.
The Sheriffs are always going to win. Walsh back now, gets it to Ride. Ride takes a step, tries to keep the feet moving, crosses, and she'll get a couple. Brandy.
And she cannot question her effort tonight. I would like to see her, though, if she's going to get the ball, get it more out of the I formation straight ahead. She's a much better going straight ahead. In that zone read stuff, she's having to go a lot laterally at start, and she just really doesn't allow her to get going.
Hailing from Marysville, Washington. 2nd and 8, just under 5 minutes to go in this opening night of WFA football. Walsh back to pass one more time. Is it intercepted?
Yes.
It is. And the second one here, Anastasia Haycock with the interception, number 14.
Well, that time it looked like Walsh stared down her receiver the whole play. She predetermined where she wanted to go with the ball, and Haycock did a good job just reading the eyes of Walsh and getting to the football before any Everett receiver could.
Now the Majestics fans are happy once again. From sadness to happiness very quickly.
I don't know how they'd even be sad. They're up 34-0, but
yeah.
Who am I to judge?
No, and it should make sure we mention the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Majestics, L.J. Jennings, and again the entire staff doing a great job here with Seattle as they're just a little farther along in their journey with women's tackle football, and the Everett Rain is working towards that. So 1st and 10 here for the Majestics from the Rain 28. And this hands off number 44, far left, still going. Burns finally gets her out, but that's Edlin.
Getting another running back involved. I think Williams is. I think she might be done for the night, and I have no problem with that. Don't need to get her hit anymore than she needs to, and get some other running backs involved.
Also early in the game, Ashley Johnson, we talked about, had
she did a very good job.
Great night.
Yeah, when they went with more of a, they were kind of rotating both of her and Williams, and Johnson more than held her end up with the bargain.
Some incredible stories, these women off the field, all the things that got them here, how they got involved in the WFA. Single mothers, there's all kinds of just incredible athletes as there's whistles going.
And when you read some of these bios, at least on the Majestic players, a lot of them say, some similar that they play because, a lot of them were told that they maybe couldn't when they were younger.
Yep.
And now that they can.
And that's what's so great. It's just a tremendous opportunity when you think about it. You're absolutely right. It's tackle football. There's no reason they shouldn't be able to have the opportunity to play, and that's what's great about this area having, Seattle, Everett, Tacoma, teams in Portland, and it continues to grow. 1st and 15 now. Filing goes back. It's caught by Belle Robinson. She's knocked out of bounds around the 11-yard line, and big night also for her.
Nice little pitch and catch there from Filing to Belle Robinson. Really just a simple out route was all that was. Just well executed. And right now with Filing being the rookie, these are just valuable reps just to get her more experience at game speed, so that, assuming Seattle is one of the teams that makes the playoffs out of this division, all these reps are just be that much more valuable for her.
That time trying to go to Fortson. That's a tough throw across the field there, incomplete.
And it looked like she didn't really have a good grip on the ball either, so even little things like that on an opening night can be.
Yeah.
You can't really take, on a season opener, you can't take anything for granted.
Kenna Johnson over here on the near side defending that. Lots to learn from on the opening night. Everett with the bye week next week will be good for them as they don't have as much depth. Bumbled snap over the head. It's a loose ball, anybody's ball. And boy, Cornish came in flying in, one of the other rookies there for Everett, number 2. And it's just going to be Seattle ball. Is that right? Yeah.
I think they really get on it first.
See Shai Ramirez coming in, number 86 on the defensive line. 2nd and 15. Filan goes over, in and out of the hands of Fortson.
I will say that she's had a game that I think she'd rather forget, but
definitely some opportunities
it's
next week and the week after.
That was not her first drop pass. I think she'll be happy her team won, but she'll know that she's got a lot of room for improvement.
That was, I don't know what down I said because the
score.
Yeah, that was 4th, so it'll be rain ball, but I don't know that I said that because the scoreboard was, broke my own rule. Always look at the sticks.
Always look at the sticks. They are more likely to be right. Although there have been times where even the sticks have been wrong.
That's true.
The infamous Colorado at Missouri 5th down. I'm going way back for that.
That's testing my brain. But I do recall that. 2:45 left to go here in this one. Walsh. There's a flag. Pelham gets the ball.
Nice job keeping your feet moving, pushing forward, but
we'll see what the call is.
Well, that they let the play continue might make you think it's on the defense. But they are talking to I think it is on the defense because the referee's asking an Everett captain what they want to do. So like probably offsides.
Waiting here for Dean Scholl to let us know. Not too many, and it is on the defense. First down.
Going to take the penalty and make it a 1st and 5.
Not too many penalties tonight.
And there've been some. I mean, it's been for a first game for a season opener. It has been fairly clean. That's definitely a positive that both teams can take away from.
34-0. Seattle Majestics come out early in the first quarter. As you see Walsh here, 1st and 5 for the Everett Rain. Fakes it, play action. Now rolls the near side, gets it. Going deep for Carr, in and out. Great defense there.
Johnson, we talked about her all night.
Yep.
On the offense, and this time she showed something nice on defense as well. Able to break up that pass. Pretty a well thrown ball by Walsh. Carr just wasn't able to get a hold of it. Well, that had to do with the fact that Johnson's able to get in there and prevent the reception.
Amelia Carr, it's her 3rd year, and she's had a couple opportunities. I think that's something they'll improve upon as the year goes on. Carr will start bringing some of those down. Done a nice job punting. Boy, the versatility of all these players is something.
Well, when you have these limited numbers, you have to have players that can do multiple things. Otherwise,
it's hard.
You're really in a tight spot.
2nd and 5. Here's Pelham. Gets a block, now bounces to the outside, has some room. Biggest run of the night for Nikki Pelham. And the Everett Rain faithful over on the far side, something to cheer about, a Rain 1st down.
I think we can still count on one hand how many of those have been there tonight. Again, nice run by Pelham. Broke through the initial contact. The best thing that she does as a running back, I think, is keep her feet moving on contact. She doesn't stop trying to push forward and gain yards.
There's a good picture of Nikki. Big run there on the near side for her. 1st down, they get it out, still on their side of the field here at the 44-yard line, but that gives them something positive, gives some good energy here with 1:34 left to go in this ball game.
Can they score? Can they avoid getting the goose getting shut out?
Michelle Walsh takes it, shotgun. Now she's going to go. There's a big flag, could be holding. She lets it go in and out of the hands of Holland again, and Holland's frustrated, but will probably come back here.
Probably wouldn't have counted anyways.
Yep.
Holding.
Finally, I get one right. No, that's typically your probabilities are so high there when the flag comes from there.
You just need to know where the ball was thrown on the field and what kind of play it is, and if you've watched enough football, you can eventually figure. Oh yeah. Like on any kick return, usually 95% of the penalties on kick returns are blocks in the back or clips.
So that'll push him back to the 34-yard line. Clock ticking, 1:17 left. Had a big run there by Nikki Pelham. That kind of negated here. Pelham now on the near side with Carr. Michelle Walsh from the shotgun. Quick pass. And that's the rookie. That's Hopkins again. Had a nice
She had
catch.
room to run. But I think on a lot of these drop passes that we've seen tonight on both teams, it's the receiver taking their eye off the ball, looking up the field, seeing where they're going to run with it. You got to catch it first.
You got to look it in.
Look it all the way into. Really, you want to look at it all, and I'm kind of demonstrating it. I'm not on camera, but catch it and look it all the way into where you've actually got it tucked into your body. Then you can look up.
It's been many years since I was out there, but that one haunting scream I remember is, "You got to pull it in, son. You got to watch the ball in."
Sorry to bring up some flashbacks.
Yeah, I know. I'm having nightmares now, Luke. 2nd and 20, deep. Oh, almost a one-handed grab there, incomplete. And that's Hopkins again.
And I like that from Walsh. One of her receivers drops the pass, try to go right back to her. Don't let her lose confidence. You can tell your therapist it's my fault.
I was going to say, I'll charge you. I'll send you the bill. It's been fun. 1:12 here, just the start of many on STSPN. coverage this season for the Everett Rain. I want to thank Big O Tires, Craving Cajun Grill, Everett Physical Therapy, Honda of Marysville, PullTabs.com, and WOW Distributing for their help in presenting STSPN's coverage of Everett Rain WFA football. So third down and a long way to go. They got to get to the Majestic 46, and that's not going to do it.
Even the quarterback has to look the ball in.
Yeah. And again, it's when you get tired and your concentration starts, you start losing all those things.
And they know how much time is left. I think there's a part of them that's going, let's just get this game over with.
Yep. What a good night for WFA football. Good opening night.
Especially if you're a Seattle Majestic player, or coach, or fan.
They started off right how they want to. Now they got to go face the trauma from Tacoma, who they beat last year in the first rounds of the playoffs. So I'm sure Tacoma has revenge on their mind.
That could be a very that should be a much more competitive game than we are having tonight.
Everett's going to take a timeout. We'll step away. You're watching WFA Everett Rain football on STSPN. We'll come back with the finish of this one right after this. Seconds here, 24 seconds left to go in this one. And this time they got Tompkins, the quarterback, and she throws it into Tolliver's hands. Tolliver to the 35, the 30. You know she wants to go all the way. Tiptoes the sideline. They say she went out at the 18-yard line, and we got a flag down.
And an Everett player down. Well, that might be that's not a she issue. She's down.
Hopkins, the backup quarterback, the rookie, she got her shot to put one up there. But you can't afford, we talked about the depth of Everett all night long, and just injuries aren't allowed, Luke.
No, they're not, but sometimes you just can't.
You can't avoid them.
You can't avoid them, and on the screen, Hopkins is still kind of kicking herself, throwing the interception. That's not how you want to have your first pass in your career.
Now the official
Shampoo, one of their rookies.
Yep, Shampoo being helped off. That doesn't look good. Number 42. Doria Shampoo, again, another, like you said, Luke, another rookie. And that's what's great to see from the Everett Rain roster. You look up and down here, and just a lot of brand new players growing it on the north end as you look at Doria. Hopefully she's okay. She's kind of hobbled there.
And the great thing about rookies is they're young. You hope you can hit on a few of them, get some long careers out of them. But the other thing, when you play a lot of rookies, you will have nights like tonight where it doesn't seem like you can get anything to go your way.
Hopkins staying in as quarterback here.
Roughing the passer.
That was roughing the passer, thank you. Hopkins now going to take it herself up. Crosses the 45, now tries to crow hop there to the 30 as time runs out on the Everett Rain. And they will go down tonight to the Seattle Majestics 34-0. on the opening night of Women's Football Alliance 2016 season. Has a lot of happy Majestics fans here. As you see them.
And a good team win for Seattle. The defense pitches a shutout. Can't really do much better than that. Their quarterback Filan for pretty good for her first start. Williams ran the ball very well, as did Johnson. Then you get strong, performances from the likes of Caskey and Carocious really led the defensive side of the ball.
Caskey had, Vanessa had 2 touchdowns, and Tolliver.
Belle Robinson had a nice game.
Yep.
Rebecca Samuelson at the defensive line spot. If Carocious is your defensive player of the game, the runner-up would probably be Samuelson.
Yep.
Pressure that she put on the quarterback. So a lot of kudos to be had for a lot of players by Seattle. Outstanding job for them. For Everett, can't really go anywhere but up from here. And, the bye week, I talked about earlier, the broadcast typically the biggest improvement a team will make is between games 1 and 2. On the extra week of preparation, we expect probably a strong performance from them against down in Southern Oregon in 2 weeks. And the interesting thing for us to see is when they play Seattle again at home, how much progress do they make? That'll be a real true measuring stick for how Everett progresses.
Well, Billy Russo and the Everett Reign take this one, but like you said, they got a bye week to get healthy again. They head down to face Oregon on the 16th, and you can see them again here on STSPN as their home opener against the Portland Shockwave. That's going to do it for us tonight from French Field in Kent, Washington. On camera, Josh Elvig. Want to thank him, our executive producer, 5-tool player, does it all, running the dials, Todd Elvig. And for Luke Windsor, Scott Oshman saying so long, as this one's over the Seattle Majestics 34, the Seattle Reign 0. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.